Let's get it! Episode 5 of the Free Talk Podcast. I go by the name of Glorious Sin.
DHPOV.
All right, this nigga Will's not here right now because he on his bullshit, but, you know, we're going to keep it pushing.
He might pop up.
All right, so to set the scene, I feel like last Saturday we know the Remy Ma dish dropped when she was coming at Nicki, and we recorded that episode on Saturday, and I feel like we really couldn't take that shit in because we had to go in about it the first day it dropped.
Right.
But now we had some time to sit on that bullshit.
And it's like,
wow. See. And I fuck with Remy. Niggas fucked with Remy since day one.
we did. We really did.
I fuck with Nicki, so this is not a
Favorite.
type of shit. But now I listen to that shit more and more. That shit overhyped, bro.
For real. It really was, because it was just, you was just getting too personal with it, Remy. Like, you wasn't trying to battle. You was trying to, like, Remy, meet me outside. Catch me outside.
Catch me outside. How about that? That shit was a gossip page. All you did was
talk
about some shit that we don't know if it's true.
Right.
It's like, imagine if Drake only said, "Hey, Meek, you're on tour with your girlfriend."
Right.
That's you telling me something that we know, but he did it and made it catchy by saying, "Is that a world tour or your girl's tour?" Like,
right.
He turned it into a bar.
Right.
She man spit like
Right.
she took 1,000 shots on that diss track.
1,000.
But maybe 2 went in. 3.
Right.
She had like 3 clever lines. The
Right.
rest was just like, you got ass shots. Your boyfriend couldn't fuck you. Your brother's a pedophile. Right. I mean, I get it. It was disrespectful. So as far as the diss track, I salute the fact. I stand behind that was a disrespectful diss track, and sometimes that is what it takes to be a good diss track. It's got to be disrespectful.
Right.
But was it hot?
Yeah.
Was it as hot as people said it was?
It wasn't like when, like you said, like when Takeover dropped, when Ether first dropped, when Back to Back dropped.
It was impactful.
It was impactful, and they still being bumped. The only reason this is impactful is because Remy came at Nicki, who's like, you know, the most popping, the most popping female rapper right now. So she came at her. She really came, like, personally
went at her.
So that's why it's so pop. It's not like Remy was. I don't think it wasn't that creative.
It wasn't creative at all, bro. I think the flow stunk, and I said that shit on the last podcast. And it is what it is.
And the second song made it worse.
But oh my god.
The second song.
Fucking second song.
It made it worse.
But first things first. I don't know what the fuck was I just gonna say. The fucking come on. Well, what was going on the second song? The second song is the worst diss track I've ever heard, my nigga. No. What I was gonna say is the thing about the Sheether shit, and I just wanted to get that out, and I missed that shit last podcast, is the fact that it is a very popular track, and I thought it was hard. I thought it was hard because it was disrespectful. But let's say 1 million people liked it.
Right.
Of the 1 million people that liked it, maybe only 100,000 of them actually listened to the whole 7 minutes because it was difficult, nigga. It was difficult. I had only for the sake of the podcast did I not turn it off. When I said I gotta, in case you say something else, I gotta listen to this shit in full. But halfway through, I was thinking like,
what else?
Thirsty. Maybe I should go get something to drink. Maybe when I come back, it'll still be on.
I took a nap, woke up, that shit
was still fucking on. I watched the fucking Warriors game. That shit still was on. I'm like, damn. We don't need a 7-minute diss track, bro.
Remy, it didn't take it shouldn't take that long.
We don't need it. And we not playing one side of the fence because honestly, on my side, I said Nicki didn't have to respond. But now that I think about it more and more,
she don't.
I think she do, bro.
You think she do?
I think she got to respond.
And just killing her 4 bars.
Because you know why she... Like, I don't want to take away from what Remy did. It still was impactful. It was a disrespectful track, and it was ballsy to do it. Whether she did it for publicity or not, whatever, we don't know.
Right.
But it was ballsy, and I think Nicki,
I think so.
For the culture, because now that we think about it, it wasn't as good as people say it was.
Right. Now she came back,
I feel like
she would be the truth.
Nicki gotta come back just to shut it down.
Like Remy shouldn't have put that other one out because now it's wide open for Nicki.
Wide the fuck open.
It's wide open.
And if Nicki don't come back though, I think she gotta take a L still. I ain't gonna hold you. Now I think about it because look, it's like no. I think Nicki got to take the L.
Nicki take the L. Okay,
because
okay.
It's like if you don't respond to her,
right?
Are you just saying that you're above it all?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Even though you saying you the hip hop queen,
like you the queen, and
Remy
you are.
I'm not gonna say
next
Remy.
up.
I see the next up. She not where Nicki is, but she the next up. So you still gotta battle her. You
right?
Feel me? Like if she want to take your belt, you gotta fight her.
Fight her. Like if Azalea Banks came at you, okay, maybe you don't gotta say nothing.
No, Iggy might give Remy the
not Iggy, not Iggy Azalea. Azalea Banks, the chick from New York that talk like she from London. What the fuck is up with that? That chick's out of fucking control. But whatever. But if it was Iggy, not even Iggy Azalea, I think if Iggy Azalea came at her, she gotta bar her up, like because honestly, Iggy gotta have more clout than Remy right now, right? She got to. Bro, that's no disrespect. Yo. I'm only talking the fact that since, pre-prison, Remy, you the shit. Pre-prison, you the shit. But post-prison, you got to give us more. That's all we got is all the way up.
Right.
I know she dropped in the second song, but I don't know how it goes.
That style is not in. Even like, you see how Fat Joe can only drop every once in a while because that style is not in. You like, it's...
And it's like it's kind of like boring rap a little bit.
It's like 85.
80. I wasn't even born then, so I'm sorry if I don't relate. But I'm saying I'm not saying Iggy Azalea is better. Of course, Remy got bars. I'm not taking that away from it. I think we're giving Remy, and you gotta take criticism as an artist. You gotta take criticism. I think we're giving her too much credit for the bars because right now, I mean, is she like what? Jay? Like why all of a sudden is she held to like she got bars? Like she can rap, but so can Nicki.
But it
like,
took 7 minutes
that
though.
Remy rap better. No, I still think Nicki rap better.
It took a whole song, like 2 songs.
And it wasn't bars.
That's like 3 songs.
It was 7 songs. She gave us 7 songs, bro, on an ether beat. Like the engineer had to extend the beat. I bet he was mad. Like, what am I extending this for? Like, this shit should have been over. I should have to cut it. Like, if you would have gave us 2 minutes of ether, summed all that shit up, it would have been hard as nails. But you gave us 7 minutes of it, and it took away from it.
It did. It really did. It really did.
But not to lose track, I think Nicki do have to respond just for the fact that you can't say you the queen, but if somebody says, I want to fight you for the title, you say no.
And come at you the way they did.
Very disrespectfully.
Like they basically, they try to kill you.
And even if social media hyped it up, it had an impact.
They tried to kill you, bro.
The song, which is very disrespectful, was on iTunes charts. And I didn't even think that was legal. Like, how was it on the charts if you was on it? That shit. And to make it, to add insult to injury, it was above the Gucci song. Like, it was number 7. The Gucci song was number...
Selling wise?
No, it was number 6. The Gucci song was number 7. I don't know if it's now on streams. So I guess because it was streamed so much. But how was it on iTunes?
I got you.
It's on the industry beat.
Remy must got connections.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't claim to know 100% about the industry. So I don't know exactly how you can get that, whether you got to pay the publishing company, whoever Nas published that through.
Yeah, it's probably she probably could. I mean, it's only a beat.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? It's only a beat.
But it was somebody else's beat.
Right. But I mean, I'm pretty sure she probably did cut the check. If she does it legally like she says.
Like she said. But also, what we got to do is we got to stop saying Nicki has to respond within a certain amount of time. No, she don't. She can respond whenever it's no timetable. The social media is so microwavable now. We feel like you have to respond within 48 hours.
Once she does, and if she kills Remy, that's all people gonna think about.
And then Remy, if she kill you, like, and I don't want to leave the fact that the second diss track was so fucking boo boo. Yeah. Like that shit was doo doo. It was trash. And I respect Remy, but obviously
it should have been like put on like a mixtape like number 17.
What, that song?
Yeah,
no, that song shouldn't have left the studio. That song should not have fucking left the studio. I feel like your husband is an over rapper. Right? Papoose, he over raps. He raps too much, and I respect him because he got bars. But you rap too much because he fits.
Did he write that, Joe?
He fits 100 minutes of a song within a 2-minute beat. He just bar. He rap
beer bottle busting on a big
bun on a back of the boo bang. Bow. Like, that nigga fits 1,000,000 words within 20 seconds of beat.
Yo, Pap nice.
So you gotta respect it.
Pap nice.
So I think
Pap nice.
My theory is Pat wrote the first track because the first track Remy just said a lot. No, it was too long. It was too long. Pat was like, it's not enough. We need more bars, bro. So that's my theory. Pat wrote the first one. And I'm not saying he wrote it because it was so amazing. I'm saying he wrote it because it was so doing too much. And that's what New York niggas do. They tend to do too much. And I salute it because Pat is a lyricist. But it was a track full of doing too much. The second one, Remy was like, nah, I got this. And that shit was doo-doo. Like, Pap, as a rapper, you should not have let her drop that.
Pap, you should know, bro.
And that's not being disrespectful. It's just being honest. That track shouldn't have came out, bro. There's no way.
Not to try to take the best rap title for women,
and take her out.
So
the question is, I think that's the reason. I hate to put it back on the second track because she has to respond to the first track too. But the fact that was Remy's second track means she ain't got nothing else.
Nothing.
She don't got nothing else. So Nicki, if you gonna go at her, like imagine if Drake didn't drop. He dropped Charged Up, and then cause Charged Up was
right.
It was good. I like the fact that he responded with bars.
Right.
That's how I thought She Threw was. It was good, but it could have been better.
Right. Imagine if Charged Up was a lot better than She Threw.
Oh, a lot better. Right. But I'm saying, how Back to Back was way better than Charged Up.
Right.
He came with he hit you with the jab, then he hit you with the haymaker.
I
feel like that was Remy's only haymaker she had.
But why she do that?
She has the wrong people around her, bro.
Remy's supposed to be more of a rapper than Drake is. Like, she's supposed to know she can't. I'm saying she's supposed to be.
But why are we giving her that much credit, bro?
She's supposed to be.
Now I sat on it for so long.
Yo.
Why? Why though? Why? Because she went to jail?
Nah, I'm just saying.
Was she that nice? Let's tell the truth. Here's the question. And I'm a fan of Remy. I'm a fan of Nicki. Right? But people be like, it's no disrespect to Nicki or Remy, but it's just like basketball. Like Candace Parker is nice, but she can't even beat the niggas on the bench in the NBA. And niggas be saying like Nicki got bars and she can beat the niggas. Nah, bro, she can't. I mean, she can rap for a girl. You know what I mean? Like, and that's no disrespect. I'm just saying, she can rap for a girl, bro. She can make amazing songs. She can make better songs than most of the niggas. That's not what I'm saying. But bar for bar, you see what I'm saying? Mac Miller trashing Nicki, bro. Joey Badass trashing Nicki. And the battle, bar for bar, bro. I'm taking Mac. I'm taking Schoolboy Q. I'm taking Ab-Soul. You see what I'm saying, bro? I'm taking fucking. You know what I mean? A lot of people. So I'm saying we giving Remy
a lot of credit just because she a woman.
Credit.
Because I feel like it's going to open up the doors for like women to come in and try to kill.
Rap.
But
we don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear rap from niggas. You see where Talib Kweli at, bro? We don't know. And I love Talib Kweli, but I'm just saying the culture.
Yeah.
We can't make rap out to be. I feel like as rap fans and for the culture, we have to appreciate that it's more than just lyrics. It has to be music.
Right.
If we want rap to fit in with and be one of the greatest genres of music all time, we can't just say you have to be a lyricist because every other genre you have to be a musician. It has to make a great song. The cadence has to be there. The wittiness has to be there.
Right.
The production has to be there. I feel like I'm glad rap went the direction it went, or else it would just be a bunch of like poetry.
Right.
Like, I get it. If you want to be a lyricist, be a poet, dog.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I say that to say that no, we don't want women out here spitting bars. We want you making tracks like fucking, you know, the Nicki shit.
I got you. Yeah.
So I'm just saying I feel like she has to respond, but also I feel like we giving Remy way too much credit.
And we might be, only because she's the only one who really be trying to give out bars, or the one that's really pushed. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women who rap like Honey Cocaine and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't really get
because
pushed, I guess.
Remy just got that one song, and that's all I want to say one more time is that.
What about Foxy Brown though? Go ahead, go say what you gotta say, and then bring up Foxy.
I do not differentiate with Fox. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. What I'm gonna say is I don't know why Foxy dropped a diss track. Maybe I missed something, but I thought Foxy just had a regular job. Like I didn't know she was still rapping, and that's no disrespect, but now it's getting out of hand. And I'm not gonna say Remy is doing what Foxy doing, because at least Remy got one hit.
A regular job, bro.
I'm just saying,
Foxy. Yeah.
What's the last Foxy song, bro?
And I listened to the track, and she sound like Shine.
Her voice deep
as a motherfucker. like deep as a motherfucker.
I think people just trying shit, bro.
I can't get as deep as that.
I think people just trying shit, and I'm not saying Remy trying shit.
But that's why I said it might just be trying to open up doors for women rappers just to come in and see who really nice. Now you about to see like a bunch of Instagram posts and Facebook posts of women rapping going hard. Watch,
bro.
You're gonna see a challenge.
Remy is one song away from being Foxy Brown. You see what I'm saying? Without all the way up, Remy Foxy Brown, right? Without all the way up, we don't know.
Right.
All these people that's dick riding that track only. Really, they just love All the Way Up. They love All the Way Up,
right?
And they love the fact she came out of jail and had a hit. And I don't want to take anything away from her. Remy's nice.
Conceited.
Conceited and let right hand up. Post jail, Remy, you got all the clout because you put the groundwork in. But after 10 years or whatever it's been, 7 years, you can't come out and have that title. And as much as Wayne is probably one of my favorite rappers of all time, top 3, Wayne had to come out of jail and he had to.
Yeah, you right.
He had to prove he was the old Wayne.
Right. You got to make the songs.
Right.
You got to drop the mixtapes.
Right.
By yourself.
You can't drop a diss track and then say I'm the queen if Nicki don't respond.
You can't drop a fucking album with somebody else and say you the queen of rap.
Right. You have no groundwork
you gotta
to even be in a competition right now.
Come up with the songs, you know what I'm saying? A whole 13 list. You know what I'm saying? Like Nicki did a couple times.
Like technically Iggy Azalea has more clout to come at Nicki than Remy does.
She do.
Because Fancy was bigger than All the Way Up.
Can't even disagree
Wasn't
with
it? Fancy was bigger than All the Way Up. I love All the Way Up. But Fancy, when it dropped, was probably the biggest song of the year.
Right.
Not the biggest rap song.
Right.
The biggest song.
Right.
All the Way Up was hot, but I mean, I can name 1,000 Drake tracks that was probably
Kim?
bigger. Who?
Lil' Kim.
What about her?
Is she the queen of rap?
No, bro. She the queen of fucking plastic surgery. Lil' Kim, you got chill, bro. Lil' Kim, you got chill. No, Lil' Kim wasn't popping since 1990, dog. That don't count. We can't even talk about her. And I love Lil' Kim. I love what you did. But I respect the fact that Lil' Kim kind of stepped back. And maybe she be throwing her little shots. I don't know, because it don't get there to when we hear it. But I'm saying we can't talk about that. Like, Remy is one song away from being like, Remy is one song away from fucking Stally dissing Drake. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you. I don't feel like Remy has put in enough work to be able to say she's the queen of rap.
To try to take the title. Maybe next year. She
just maybe have the most connections, maybe.
No, she was just hot right now. She had a song. She's no different than.
But that's what I'm saying. Connection
wise, racks on racks.
Fat Joe is her connection. Without Fat Joe, that song's not making the radio.
True, but let's kind of just give that to her. She got one hit, right? But Racks on Racks was a hit,
right?
Can he diss Drake? I mean, Drake because he got a hit.
Nah.
Okay, granted, she had history before the hit, but we can't count that right now. We can't. That's like if my man, what's my name? My man from the New York. I mean, rap niggas
Millie
gonna
Rock.
hate me the fact that I can't think of his name right now. No, my man with the dreads.
Oh,
the rapper. He rap. What's my man?
A nigga with dreads from New York. Bro.
Damn, he an old
that
school rapper. Old school
Busta
rapper.
Rhymes?
Nah, the Queen Bridge. And he had a battle back in the day. Rap niggas gonna hate us.
Nah, forget that nigga. Fuck that nigga. What about
I'm not even gonna bring his name, and niggas gonna be real mad if I say his name. How the fuck you forget that nigga? Nah, we ain't even gonna bring it up. I mean, I don't remember that nigga name. But it's like a nigga from back in the day coming back, dropping a whack track and be like, nah, I'm still got history. Nah, it don't count.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
You took 10 years off, it don't count. So I'm saying that don't count.
Right. So what about is Meek losing? Like, did he lose Nicki, or is he losing for like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's no coming back for Meek. Meek now is an underground rapper again. And
you think so? Cause that last mixtape, I
what was
went
it
back
called?
and
I
listened
don't
to
remember.
it. The one where he got
DC4?
Yeah, DC4. Like, he had like 2 hits on that joint.
Liddy. That's
And the Froze joint.
really Tory Lanez made that poppin'.
That he did.
Because his verse was hot.
And he kind of made the flow
And
on that joint.
like his verse was hot and his hook was hot.
And he made Meek float away on that joint.
And I fuck with Meek. Niggas fuck with Meek because we from the tri-state area.
Yeah,
so
we seen him
from
grow up.
Flamers 1 with you a rat. You know what I mean? I'm not a rapper, I'm a trapper. You know what I mean? The friends didn't like him Easter. How about Ben and Banshee be like, you know what I mean? So we fuck with Meek since the beginning.
Right.
So if anything, I should be favoring Meek right now, but I feel like as a fan, I should be able to give an opinion that he fucked up for coming at Drake. It's just not going to happen. That's like if somebody right now punched LeBron in the face.
Right.
Not only is LeBron going to hate you, but now anything affiliated with the NBA, they can't invite you to.
Right.
Like right now, if a big party happened, if Diddy throw a party and Drake there, Meek, you can't come.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that fucks it up for Meek.
Right.
Because
he made a track with Drake. He should have
just let that shit ride, bro. So I think he fucked up. Bigger than the fact he didn't come back at Drake for the back-to-back is the fact that he came at one of the biggest nigga unprepared, and now you got to come up again.
And the thing is, Drake killed him because he said he had Twitter fingers. Like, Meek didn't even come at Drake in a track. He came at him on Twitter.
So honestly, and this is not, and like I said, I love
Drake
Meek,
really
but I
GOAT.
think Meek might
be finished.
I don't even think, bro. Meek done because
he was kind of toasted before that shit. Like, you was kind of listening to Meek like, dang, he got the same flow. Why is he screaming?
But we thought that because we've been listening to Meek for so long, but the outside people, they loved it. Like Dreams Worth More Than Money was a gold album.
Right.
Honestly, at the time of Meek dissing Drake, if Drake was number 1, Meek was number 2. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because Kendrick had, I don't know the timeline, so I might get that wrong, but I think Kendrick and Cole was still working on music. And if they wasn't, of course
Meek was definitely top 5 hottest rapper.
You know what I mean? As far as hottest, he may have been the hottest. You know what I mean? Because Drake at that point, if anything, Meek made Drake scorching hot. Because before then, Drake had dropped, if you're reading this, it's too late. Right. And he dropped that in 2014. So that had already came out. Because I remember Meek was rapping on Energy. He was rapping on them Drake beats. Like, he was bigging them up. So when Meek dropped that album, he was the only one dropping, really.
Right.
So he kind of had he had all of the attention. He had the momentum. He had the hottest record. He had the shit with Nicki and Chris Brown.
Right.
I forget how that shit went, but all Eyes on Me.
Right.
He had the shit with Drake, the Rico. He had the Jump Out the Face with Future.
Yeah, he was rocking.
He had the shit with Swizz Beatz. So he had records. So honestly, you can make the argument that he was not the best, but the hottest artist at the time.
Yeah.
So he was next up to be like.
And that's why I try to take
like
my
Chance
man
the
up.
Rapper took his spot.
Yeah.
Meek should have been getting Grammys.
Right.
I'm gonna make the point to say if Meek didn't come at Drake, he would have been. I'm not sure if he's Grammy nominated. He might be Grammy nominated for the Dreams Worth More Than Money. I think Meek could have won a Grammy had he not came at Drake. Had Meek not came at Drake, I think him and Nicki would still be together.
Right.
Because now you're making it awkward. Now you create tension. I don't know what the reason for it being, but that's Nicki's. Drake is Nicki's label mate.
Right.
They grew up together in the industry, so now you're making it difficult for her. To go see the Nicki, the Waynes, because Wayne was, you know what I mean? Wayne had Drake back. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like Meek went from probably the hottest artist out to now having to, without a hit.
Yeah, wash.
Niggas gonna keep saying he took L's. Niggas still talking about back to back. That's because he didn't give us a hit, and 2, he chose unnecessary beef.
Right, and every time Meek do something, they be like, Meek took another L. Like, that's his ring right now.
Meek like Tiger, bro.
Like they said he wore the same suit as Soulja Boy, the red hat with the black thermal. And they said,
and I don't even know. I don't know, but if he didn't come at Drake, niggas wouldn't even look at that type of shit.
Right,
like he
right,
is associated with losing right now.
Right.
He fucked himself,
you
bro.
can't come at the
Meek fucked
go
himself
and lose like that. But the thing is, you didn't come at him
in a track.
You just was like kind of like telling.
And you looked hurt because y'all just had a track together.
Industry telling. That's like cops don't tell on cops. Right. That's like teachers don't tell on teachers. That's like artists don't tell on artists.
And I'm a Drake fan. I don't know about the writing shit. I mean, Drake did address it. He had an interview with Cementek from London. He like a popular DJ there or whatever. But he was saying like him and Quentin Miller was collaborating and kind of like if you think your favorite artist isn't in the studio collaborating. And I don't want to go too much in detail on it, but I feel like if I'm in a studio with somebody, people work different, right? So let's say you making a track and you got your homeboys in the studio, some of your homeboys is rappers, and they like, yo, you shouldn't say it like this, say it like this. And he'd be like, I don't know what you're saying. Go in there and say it so
right.
I can hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Back in the day, you couldn't do that because you was rapping on a tape and analog and shit, so you didn't want to waste that studio time and waste them tapes.
Right.
But now he could just go in there and say what he's telling. Like he can maybe say, yo, don't say it like this, say it like this. And you be like, I don't get it.
Right.
Record it. Let me hear what you're saying.
Right.
So, for all we know, Drake could have had the bars, could have had the cadence, and Quentin Miller just went in there and. So we don't know how that, or even if he did, people were saying Kanye West had help for years, Dr. Dre helped for years. You know what I mean? So
they said people was writing for Wayne.
Right, help. Right.
I still
the
think
shit.
Wayne is the thing.
He's still the
best.
best.
They said people was writing for Jay.
They said Jay was taking fucking Biggie's style and Big Ed. I mean, what the fuck, Jazzo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Snoop. Everybody.
So people always claiming shit, but at the end of the day. This Quentin Miller shit came out in 2014. Who was writing for Drake on So Far Gone? Who was writing for Drake on Comeback Season? Who was writing for Drake on Thank Me Later? Who was writing for Drake on Take Care?
You can tell back in the day, even if somebody is writing for him now, back in the day, he still had bars when...
Bars!
He had bars, like
that's why he was known for the bars.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Drake just...
had bars. Remember that joint he first came out with Wayne? The A, B, C, D, E.
Ransom. I'm the same yellow boy that used to run up on the grass. He can pocket 20,000. You know what I mean? So
Drake started a flow that whole... It was
everybody
like
ran with.
Because now you hear Drake flow, he don't spit how he used to.
Nah.
Like, he used to fit 4 bars...
in a small pocket.
Yeah, and then he'll fit like 16 bars. Now he'll do like da 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 da. Like he'll do the shit that people do now.
He'll let the
but
beat
back
breathe.
then he'll spit a lot of bars.
He was a rapper's rapper.
He was a rapper.
He was a rapper.
Yeah.
And he just realized, hey, if I want to make money, if I want to turn this into a career, I need hits.
Dog, he got to be the GOAT as far
Drake
as like
be the GOAT, bro.
the way he transitioned from rap to just music.
I mean, I think Wayne opened the door for everybody, even Kanye.
Oh yeah, because Wayne did that stuff too.
Wayne was the first artist, in my opinion, to merge bars with silly flow.
Right.
Like the silly flow, niggas love. Niggas love to snap your fingers, do your dance. You know what I mean? They love that. In the club.
Right.
They love that in the club.
Right,
and
but
then
Wayne
they
had
love
bars with it.
Well, I mean, bars
Snap
with
your
it.
fingers. Like some
whatever.
You
know
feel
what I
me?
mean?
But back then nobody was saying
Nobody
that.
was
They
doing
would just
that.
be like snap your fingers and they would like some
dumb shit.
But Wayne would have a bar with it and it'd be like, okay.
Right. Because Hove had bars and he rapped on bouncy
Like that
beats,
ice cream paint job, John.
on no ceilings.
Yeah.
That the Let's Do It. He been killing shit since when he was rapping on the Sky's the Limit, the Mike Jones beat. You know what I mean? He's been doing that shit since way back. Like since the Can't Stop Won't Stop, he rapped on that shit. I mean, Hove to me, technically, you gotta say is the greatest. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I'm saying Hove did a great job of taking that New York rap, bars, hard flow, very, you know, and putting it on like a bouncy beat. But Wayne took that blueprint, took it even further, where I'm gonna take a bouncy beat, give you a bouncy flow,
Right.
and give you bars.
And he started putting melodies in that shit too.
Melodies.
Because he'd be like, like, you know
Like
what I
that
mean?
high pitch to take that bitch down, and then rapping real low to the beat. You know what I mean?
Where you could just talk
in
and
the studio, me
Yo,
and
Wayne
my
the
drink.
fuck, man.
Wayne the GOAT.
I don't know. I think I ain't gonna hate on Wayne, but it might be because he lived the studio life. He could just try stuff and do stuff and live that studio life.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But he did that because there was other people who probably lived through your life too, and
Right.
they really wasn't doing it like Wayne.
And maybe once, and I think, and I don't want to say what it was, but of course he went to jail, and I think that's a big piece. But also he was calling himself a CEO, and he had Young Money way before, the Nickies and the Drakes and the Tigers and shit. But what happened was, once the quote unquote Young Money artists started bubbling, I think he had to at least put one business shoe on.
Right.
He didn't have to be the complete businessman that maybe a Jay or a
Right.
Birdman or a Diddy or 50
Right, but he
or
had
Ross.
to, though.
But he had now, arguably, technically, I'm not saying Young Money is the biggest artist label, and it probably is, but I'm saying as far as any artist, Birdman don't count, Diddy don't count. As far, because they not real artists first, they was like businessmen first.
Right.
As far as artists first turned label heads, he had the biggest artist that anybody's ever had.
Right. That
He
Young
had
Money.
Drake, Nicki.
Right.
Let's not hate on Tyga. At one point, Tyga was sizzling.
Yeah,
Tyga
for real.
started
For
the
real.
whole. He was the. I'm not saying he made Mustard popping.
Yeah, that
but that was
Mustard
the,
beat.
the-
Mustard on the beat.
The Mustard on the beat
Yo,
with that
for
Rack City
real.
bitch, Rack City
Yo,
bitch.
he really got
Tyga-
Mustard popping.
Tyga fucked the game up.
That beat, do that sound, that whole West Coast
Tyga
sound.
made that shit.
he
I'm not
made
saying
that
he made
shit
it poppin', but
jumping
he brought it to the
to
mainstream.
the mainstream, right?
Like, because of course the YGs and them niggas was bubbling for a while. Because I remember the YG and Ty Dolla $ign on the
Tooted and
the
Booted.
Tooted and Booted. You
that
know
was
what I
Ty
mean?
Dolla $ign.
That was Ty Dolla $ign, I
Nuh-uh.
think. Yeah, the Tooted and
No,
Booted.
was it?
I think it was Ty Dolla $ign, bro.
Yo,
Or if it wasn't Ty on a song, I know he wrote the hook.
okay.
You know what I mean? It was
Okay,
that
okay,
because
okay,
Mustard.
okay,
I think
okay.
Mustard made the beat. Maybe
It
I
could
could
have
be
been
wrong,
Ty,
but I
dog.
think it was Ty Dolla $ign, bro. I mean,
Ty-
maybe we
fuck
can
with
fact
Ty.
check it, but I
Yeah,
think
it
Ty
could've
Dolla
been
$ign did
Ty.
that.
It could have been Ty.
But I'm saying, so they was bubbling within the West Coast, but Tyga brought that shit to the mainstream. He had the what the fuck is the song? He had the stripper the stripper song that Tyga did. I forget what that shit was called.
What, bouncing on my nah?
He had
had
that.
a couple Johns.
He had a
though.
couple shits. So Tyga was a
Rack
big
City.
artist, but I forgot how the fuck that shit go. But the point
Yeah,
is,
he did have a
Wayne
couple
had
hits, though.
Tyga first, because Tyga
Right.
was popping at
Right,
one point.
right,
He had
right,
like
right.
4 bangers in the club.
Right.
Then Nicki started bubbling.
Right,
Then
then
Drake started bubbling.
And Wayne was bubbling first,
And
though.
then Wayne was, so I'm saying Wayne kind of had to put a business foot on. So of course he couldn't be the studio rat that he
Right.
was.
Right.
So I think that on top of going to, and then he went to jail. He
Right.
went to jail after Drake and Nicki.
Right.
So not only did he had to get out the studio and become more of a businessman, then he goes to jail where he can't really be a rapper at all. He has to be all businessman. How Drake doing? How Nicki doing? So
Right.
that's the only reason why Wayne ain't the top right now. Because it's in my list it go in no particular order. Drake, Jay, and then somewhere Ye and Wayne. Like those two is right there as far as like hottest shit. So
I'm saying you can't Wayne not the top. Dog, it was one point where Wayne like
to be completely honest,
Jay never.
I kind of want to
Jay
put
was
Ye
hot.
first.
Jay was always hot, but he never really took over the game. Like, well, he probably did as far as back then when in his time. But the way that Wayne took over the game was like he really like changed how you had to rap.
I think the only thing that
He
takes
changed it.
away from what Wayne did, Wayne is like if you compare it, Wayne is Iverson, Jay is Kobe. Iverson was hot,
So
but
who's
not
Jordan?
for a long time.
So who's Jordan?
Well, I mean, I'm
What
I'm
you
talk-
mean?
I'm talking.
Wayne was hot for the longest.
No, if you think about
Hot
it,
Boys.
no, that don't count. He wasn't hot back then.
He
I hated
was.
back
Wayne was
then.
hot.
I hated Wayne
Wayne
back
was
then.
fucking
I
hot.
hated
dog.
that. Drop it like it's hot.
No,
No,
Wayne
no.
was the hottest.
Juvenile was the
He
hottest.
was. He was.
Juvenile
but
was
then
the
when Wayne
hottest.
came out with the Block is Hot, the album,
No, Juvenile was the hottest nigga on Cash Money. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Wayne didn't get hot until 07.
Juvenile
Don't get
got
it
Cash
fucked up.
Money popping.
Don't get it fucked up. Wayne didn't get popping until 07, bro.
Dog.
Nobody cared about
Hustlers
500
mu-
degrees.
That fucking Carter 2.
07. That dropped in 07.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was popping from 07 to 09.
No, what? 09?
Because guess when Drake dropped?
Nah, dog.
09.
No, the best thing yet. Are you?
That was 08.
Was it?
Yes,
nah,
that
it
was
couldn't
before
have
Drake.
been, dog. It
Name
couldn't
a
have
hot
been,
Wayne
dog.
track after Drake.
It couldn't have been.
Name a hot Wayne track after Drake.
Carter
Besides
3.
No
The
Ceilings.
Carter 3.
That was post Drake. That came out 08. Remember? High school was driving down to the beach. Drake came out in 07 with Comeback Season. That's when I heard that shit. But I'm saying Drake came out to the world in 09 with Best Ever Had. After Drake, Wayne was hot. I'm not taking it. Wayne's my nigga. But I'm saying, as far as
So you say he only had 2. What about all them the droughts and that was
crazy. That was so, and that's what I'm saying. You say the droughts, the drought 2, the drought 3, the dedication. No, not the dedication, because I don't really think this shit was that hot. But dedication 2, that was the hot one. We'll work them.
Right, yeah.
Nobody know. You don't even know the dedication, because that was called the dedication after disaster. Nobody really knows that one.
But it don't matter. He still had.
But I'm saying the dedication 2, dedication 3, those all within a 2-year span, bro.
Was it?
Yes. Because think about it. Drake dropped in 2009. The only Wayne mixtape to come out after Drake was Dedication 3, which, remember, Wayne really didn't rap on that shit. It was basically a compilation shit.
Right.
The Young Money compilation album, Carter 4.
Right.
And No Ceilings, which is amazing. No Ceilings was amazing. That was in 010.
Right.
That was amazing.
Right.
But I'm saying Wayne was so hot that he made 2 years feel like 10 years. Because he gave us so much music.
Right.
But think about it. Before 07, Wayne wasn't popping. It was 50. Right? Because
you right.
The Carter 2 came out when I was
arguing with you. You thought Jay was the hottest.
I thought Jay was the hottest. You thought 50 was the hottest.
Yeah,
Niggas want to talk about Wayne.
Right.
Niggas ain't really start talking about Wayne until maybe our junior year, which was like 07. He started killing shit. That's when Dedication 2 came out. Maybe 06. I could be wrong, but from 04 to 05, it was 50.
You right.
Then maybe I'm going to give him 06 to 09, it was Wayne.
The Carter 2 came out like, it had to come out like 04 or 05 though. It just probably wasn't
like Carter came out. You talking about the Carter with Go DJ?
With
that
Go
shit came
DJ
out when
and
we was. That shit came out when we was.
And Hustler's Music and all that.
No, the Hustler Music was Carter 2.
Carter 2.
1 was Go DJ. That shit came out when we was in 10th grade.
Go DJ is Carter 1, yeah.
Yeah, that came out 10th grade.
Carter 2 came out like. Nah, because I remember I was listening to that in Jamaica. I went to Jamaica. And
when did you go? Freshman year or sophomore
I was
year?
like 14, 15.
No.
I was.
No, Carter 1 came out when we was a freshman in high school. So maybe Carter 2 was a sophomore.
Yeah, maybe it had to be.
Wayne did start popping when Carter 1 came out, but we wasn't
Carter
mentioning.
2 was the truth though.
And
Carter
I
2
think
had that John you are so fine. I wish that
I can take you home with me, girl.
Grown woman or something.
Grown woman. It was grown
yeah,
woman.
Yeah.
He had Receipt on that bitch.
Yeah.
He had Fireman, which was popular.
Right.
Remember,
Hustlers
Fireman
music.
had to be senior year because remember, I remember we was in junior year because we was
he had
at
Robin
the
Thicke
clubs
on
and
that
shit.
John too.
And I remember I remember the Middletown club was at, so we wouldn't have been in the club sophomore year. We had to be there junior
it was probably
year,
like junior year.
But he was popping when Carter 1 came out, but 50 and then was bubbling so much that Wayne was like, he was like what Big Sean is to Drake. Like Big Sean popping, but we don't compare him to Kendrick and Drake and Cole yet. He right there. So I feel like in 04, Wayne was right there. Then like 06, he kind of was like, now it's my turn.
Yeah.
And to bring it back to what we were saying, the only reason why I think they give Jay the shit the most is because Jay was popping from 96 to 2004 consistently. Every year he gave you an album. Every year he had the biggest song. He had the biggest album. It was #1 every time it dropped. So I think Jay, I don't want to keep comparing him to different people, but it's kind of like how LeBron is, where he been good for so long that even when he get a triple-double no more, we like.
Yeah, it don't even matter.
I don't mean to transition it, but like how we was talking about the Russell Wilson and James Harden, right? People acting like Russell Wilson is better than everybody because he's getting these triple doubles. Westbrook. I keep fucking confusing him because I think he's a bum. I don't think he's a bum. I'm just saying. Honestly, the past 2 games I watched since Cantor's been back, I respect Russell Westbrook a lot better. But I'm saying, I think Jay been consistent for so long, the way LeBron been consistent for so long. If you think about, they giving Russell Westbrook all his clout because he's got these triple doubles. LeBron isn't averaging a triple double, but. So does that mean Westbrook is a better playmaker than LeBron because Westbrook is averaging more assists?
Nah, it don't.
So the triple double shit is just numbers.
Pretty much.
Okay, so to transition it, is Russell as good as his numbers, or is his numbers better than him?
I would say his numbers better than him because the way that his numbers is that he should have more wins. I mean, I feel like if he probably was in the East, he probably will be at the top. Yeah. So I can't. I really can't. I really don't know.
Because if you just go by his numbers, he's the best player ever. No, they had a stat and it said Russell Westbrook has 30 triple doubles this season, maybe 31. Now that I don't think he had one last night. So he has 30 triple doubles this season. Jordan has 29 triple doubles his whole career.
Right.
So if you talk about numbers wise, technically is he the best? No, his numbers are inflated because of his ball hogness.
Right. I'm saying, but there's people that like say like the Suns.
Right.
They're bums, so somebody could take over like Westbrook, but they don't have.
Right, because they're not as good as Westbrook.
Right.
Westbrook
so
is
you can't
good.
knock him for that.
No, but I'm saying people are taking his number. Russell Westbrook is Remy Martin.
But you can't really knock his. No, he's not.
Because
don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful, dog. Don't be disrespectful.
Because listen,
I'm
not saying they're the same person, but I'm saying that we giving Remy credit because of Sheether. We giving Russell credit because of triple doubles, but
Westbrook
the triple doubles don't equate.
Westbrook Future.
Okay. Future is kind of like I'm not gonna call him a flash in the pan because Future hot, but he hot for what he do.
He hot for the
but we don't compare Future to none of the greats.
But he the GOAT right now.
No, he the GOAT amongst the bums. Future the GOAT when you talking about Yachty, and I love Yachty. That's no disrespect to Yachty. But I'm saying Future is the GOAT of the designers, the Yachty, the Young Thugs. We don't put Future in a conversation with Drake, Kendrick, Cole, even Big Sean. Future hot. He not great. And I love Future. That's no disrespect. I love Future, but he hot. He not great. Future really had a run. Dirty Sprite 2, and then transitioning into What a Time to Be Alive.
Right.
Future was kind of arguably the hottest person out.
Right. So you're saying
then he sizzled off, right?
Right.
He sizzled off because in order to stay hot like that, he was hot because he was giving us those big records.
Right.
And then other people started. So I mean, if you hot just because you're giving us big records, there's gonna be other people with big records that will come in and at that point then be hotter because Uzi or Yachty. I think Uzi you got to put Uzi over Yachty because Uzi got a lot of hot records.
Uzi is over
Yachty. But Yachty got the most clout. He's got like right now you would think Yachty was Jordan. Like he really like this nigga on Target commercials. Drake taking pictures with him like.
Sprite commercial?
Sprite commercials with LeBron.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, dog. I think it's more to the industry because
I don't know what it is either.
I want to transition, and I hate we going back and forth, but I want to transition right into the Chance shit because I feel like Chance and Yachty is the same person in a sense where it's like their name is bigger than their records.
Right.
We only really know two Yachty. I'm sorry, as far as for as big as Yachty is, you would think he has more big records.
Right.
He got that Minnesota.
And
then the shit with Drum was the shit
Broccoli.
And then I don't know what else. Right? And then if you name, I mean, I'm not talking to the core Yachty or Chance fans, but I'm talking about in terms of right now, you would think Chance was the biggest shit ever.
Right.
Because he got like 10 Grammys.
Right.
And if you think about it, the song because don't get it twisted, Acid Rap, amazing, nigga.
Right.
I love Cocoa Butter Kiss It. I love that fucking mixtape.
Yeah.
I love Acid Rap.
Yeah.
I think Acid Rap was better than
Coloring Book.
Coloring Book just had bigger production because he was a bigger name.
Right, but Acid Rap was better than Coloring Book.
Name a Chance record. Problem? You don't want no problems with me. And he got 2 features on that shit, which means he only got 1 verse. Maybe he got 2 verses. I don't think he got 2 verses. I think he got a verse.
Wayne and 2
Chainz got a verse. So, and I love Chance, and I think we talked on this a couple episodes ago, and I think I didn't stand behind my opinion big enough. I kind of conformed and wanted to say what people wanted to hear, but I'm not taking away from Coloring Book. But no, I don't think that shit earned a Grammy, bro.
You should have saved Acid Rap for that.
Acid Rap was better than Coloring Book.
Right.
Coloring Book was progressive as far as the production and him going over the more instrumental type of instrumentals, like if that makes sense.
You said you want to win a Grammy, you gotta be musical.
Gotta be musical. So it was musical, but who's the king of musical when you talk rap? It's Kanye, nigga. That album was more impactful.
Right,
we know damn near every song from Wolves
but he gonna
to No
lose
Parties in
his
LA.
Ego. They're not gonna vote for Kanye just because he's Kanye.
But that album was immaculate.
But that's why they're not gonna vote for him.
So I'm saying that Yachty and Chance are kind of like in that essence
boat.
where, like, why he's so big, bro? I think I want to touch on that just for a second. Like, I heard his dad was like a part of Obama's like like his dad was he was a or a bodyguard to politicians or something like that. I could be wrong. I don't want to start saying facts, but his dad, he knew Obama before Obama was the president.
Right. I mean, he's from Chicago.
Why? No, I'm just saying because his dad was friends with Obama. Whether it was either he was his bodyguard or he was a part of his political campaign, something like that, to the point where he knew Obama. So I'm saying, I don't know why they're shoving Chance down our throat, and I'm not taking away from Chance's art. I think he's an amazing artist,
right?
But I feel like he hasn't done enough to be as big as he is right now.
Yeah, it came out like a year ago.
Acid Rap came out like 2 years ago, maybe. And then he had 7-day suspension or something like that. I heard that shit, but whatever. The people know him from Acid Rap.
You gotta let Kanye get his run.
And if not Kanye, Drake. Come on, you can't. I'm sorry, bro. Chance can't win that album of the year, bro. He can't.
Yo, fucking Drake album was hot.
Views, dog. That shit don't got no misses, bro.
Nah, it don't.
And niggas, and I know I just said Jay like LeBron, but I think Drake might be too, in a sense where he's so great, so perfect.
That you might skip over a song because you want to get to another one.
Or that. It's like, what do you do when you that perfect? I think there hasn't been a more perfect artist since, like, as far as there hasn't been a more perfect artist since Michael Jackson. I'm not talking about rappers. I'm talking about artists.
Right, just make every song is fucking hot.
Or everything is hot.
Everything is hot.
He has bars.
Nigga, some of his favorite songs are my older songs, but he still got new bangers.
Dog, Drake doesn't. He's a 10 in every category.
He doesn't miss.
His performances are amazing.
Right.
Like back in the day, like they were saying his performances could be better. And then he perfected his live show. His live show's amazing. He makes amazing songs. Then he'll give you songs like 5 a.m. in Toronto, 9 a.m. in Dallas, 6 a.m. in Calabasas, or 5 a.m. in Calabasas, whatever
Houston,
that shit.
Atlanta, Vegas.
He'll give you the bars. He'll give you the songs. He'll combine them. Then he'll jump on He gave us Migos, nigga. I know Migos would be big without him, but not as big.
Right.
If it wasn't for him jumping on the Versace.
Right.
If it wasn't for him, I mean, Fetty Wap was big, but when that nigga jumped on Come My Way, he was also gay. Like he provided us culture.
Yeah, he
introduced Migos to the world, and we needed Migos. Mm-hmm. I love Migos. The culture needed Migos.
Right.
Drake, Migos was popping in Atlanta.
Right.
Drake made them popping in the world.
Everywhere.
So Drake, I say that to say I don't think you can give Chance album of the year, bro. He didn't. And as a Chance fan, I think I can say he didn't deserve it, though.
Right.
He didn't deserve it because
they just saying he's independent.
I don't think he's independent either.
Yo, that unless niggas just giving beats out.
Because it's like, okay, and if independent just means you're not signed to a label, a major label, granted, you're independent, right? So what if my dad was Jay-Z? Am I independent? I may not have a label, but I got fucking Jay-Z. You know what I mean? So I feel like, and I don't know who he has around him because I can't like start to like make up shit. But I'm saying, you standing next to Beyonce, Jay-Z, I'm sure his management team is amazing, or his PR is amazing, or his publicist. He has to be connected.
Like when I was listening to Acid Rap, like back in the day before we had this conversation, I'm like, yo, where is this guy finding these beats at?
Yeah. I mean, he is from Chicago, and like I say, he has some type of ties because Acid Rap shit, he had Twister on it. And Twister ain't the biggest artist, but he still had a big artist on it.
Right, so but he didn't even have like the normal beats, bro. Like his shits was banging, but they wasn't the normal beats. And he wasn't it wasn't like he was like Wiz Khalifa.
He was plugged.
Yeah, he was plugged because he had beats like industry beats, but he wasn't in the industry yet. You feel me? So it's like, where are you getting these shits from?
If you not signed to a label, but you plugged in, are you still independent? Currency independent. He from the muscle, and he may know people in the industry, but
so
I can tell he's
from. You think Chance is like Currency?
No. But I'm saying, we're saying he independent.
I'm saying, do you think Chance is, because Currency beats be hot too?
Right, but Currency is in the industry now, right? So of course he's getting industry beats.
Right.
But I'm saying, I say from the muscle that, like, I mean, I guess that's a bad analogy because of course Currency been popping for so long, he does know big artists. But I'm saying, like, independent is kind of like, I'm doing it myself.
Right, I got
Chance not doing it himself.
Yeah, I got you.
And that's not taken away from him as an artist. You can still be an amazing artist, but you're not truly independent if you know the biggest managers, the biggest publicists. You know the biggest artists are putting their arm around you.
Right.
So let's say before Drake actually, remember when Drake first, he dropped the Forever. You know what I mean? I did it without an album. Now labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. So technically, was Drake independent there? No, because Wayne had his arm around him.
Right.
So I don't think you independent if the biggest playmakers, not even the biggest rappers and singers, but the biggest playmakers
are behind
Apple Music.
Right.
You can't drop an exclusive album on Apple Music. The Grammys made an exception to include free albums because Color Book was a free album. It was streaming only. So it wasn't on sale.
Right.
But the Grammys made, and I don't know if I'm 99% sure of that, and maybe not 100, but the Grammys made an exception to include that in its categories. Why did they do that? Because he has a monster like Apple Music behind him. He was able to drop it exclusively on Apple Music. So, not to take away from Chance's stardom, he's an amazing artist. Let's stop putting that independent moniker behind him and saying because he's independent, he won all these Grammys. You got Apple Music as as a partner.
Right.
You got Beyonce calling you her nephew.
Right.
Fucking Beyonce's arguably the second best artist of all time. Yes. So it's like I don't think you can claim the independent stamp with that behind. You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
And
you really can't.
I don't want to dive in too deep on that because I do want to touch too on this podcast is Kevin Durant got hurt, right? Does that impact the Warriors go?
I think it does impact the Warriors for the simple fact that they have based their game around Kevin. Mm-hmm. They got rid of players for Kevin.
True.
And now, I mean, they only lost 2 games without him, but they are going to struggle without him because they're going to be able to not even shut Clay and Steph down, but just play on them and basically shut everybody else down. They got rid of Bogut. You know what I mean? Like, huh?
Bogut, Pachulia. They got Pachulia. Arguably, Pachulia is better than Bogut.
Think so?
Dog, Bogut doesn't offer any post moves. He can score sometimes when they get the ball down low, but he's so slow. Maybe if he was playing one-on-one, he can score. But because he's so slow, by the time he make his move, he double team. So they getting the ball out of his hand.
He can pass it, though.
He can pass. I think his best features, he can pass. He can rebound, but I think Pachulia is a better rebounder. So I think they cancel each other out.
So what you saying, that they not worried about him not being out?
The only reason why it matters is because Kevin Durant came to the team. Had Kevin Durant not... Okay, Harrison Barnes. He did leave. But in my opinion...
I forgot about him.
I think Harrison Barnes is a scrub. Right?
Yeah, he's like an Iggy.
Right? Yeah, the only reason why he got clout is because he played for the Warriors. So if you on that system, anybody can shine.
Right.
I think...
You don't think they need him, though?
Patrick McCall. Is his first name Patrick? I don't know. His last name is McCall. He played for the Warriors. He was waiting for this. I think he's just as good. I'm not going to say he's just as good as Barnes because Barnes proved himself more, but I'm saying... Players like Harrison Barnes are a dime a dozen because Harrison Barnes is the type of player where he can give you 50 or he'll give you 2.
Right.
Like he's so up and down. He's not consistent. He's not an all-star and he's not just a consistent player. He's up and down. Like sometimes he offers you a lot.
Right.
Sometimes he offers you a little bit.
Right.
So he doesn't.
He's like a Marquise Daniels. Remember him from the Mavericks?
The Mavericks. Yeah, with the headband and shit. Like you good sometimes.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, had Kevin Durant not been on the Warriors and they had this same team. They would still be the best team in the league.
Right.
So, no. If anything, it helps. I hope Kevin Durant comes back to get a ring just because, fuck it. I love the Warriors. I love their system. I love the fact that they don't give a fuck about what y'all niggas talking about and they just ball. So now that Kevin Durant came to the Warriors, I seen a different side of him. Like, he happy. He just, like, he not like, I hated him on the Thunder just because he seemed like...
Yeah, he seemed like he wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, like it's something about him.
Here, Westbrook, here, take the ball.
Right, he seemed soft. He seemed like he was scared of the moment. But now he's on a big team like the Warriors. I feel like the Warriors offer a system that anybody can feel like the star. There's certain times where Draymond feels like the best player on the team. So I feel like the Warriors offer that system to where you can really show who you are. So I think KD gave me a different side of him, which is why I appreciate him more. But I say that to say, had KD not been there, the Warriors was... They went 72-9 without KD, bro,
Yeah.
or whatever the record was.
Yeah,
Without KD,
with like
so
the same squad, like whoever they got let go wasn't even
Harrison Barnes is not that good, bro.
Right,
He's
right.
not that good. Like he can be replaced.
Barbosa.
Barbosa, I fuck with Barbosa. I fuck with Barbie, but
He can be
Livingston
replaced, though.
yeah, he can be replaced. He can be replaced. So I'm saying that the only thing that did was give niggas a shot.
Right.
With KD, niggas getting
was
swept,
over. It
bro.
was over.
Like the Warriors losing games only because Steve Kerr, like what the mistake I made last year was treating every regular season game like a playoff game.
Right. And tired his team
There's,
up.
I mean, they're humans. They're not
Machines.
They're not machines, dog.
Right.
You can't treat every game like like every game. They treat it like the championship because whether they want to admit it or not, they wanted that record.
Yeah, they did.
So you can't
I
treat
wanted them to get that record.
every game like games like the Bulls got that record. I think effortlessly because they weren't chasing a record.
Right. They was
just winning.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, like, I don't think the Warriors team is better than that Bulls team just
Right.
because they got Jordan. And Jordan by himself is better than everybody that ever played in the NBA put together. So I think Jordan is that good that any
He-
other sport, I would say there's no player that can say no. Like, as much as I love Tom Brady, who knows?
So could Jordan have took anybody else and dropped Pippen and still won chip?
Jordan could have played with fucking 5 teams worth of Matthew Dellavedovas and won a championship, dog.
So
It's Jordan.
So you saying Pippen wasn't needed?
No, dog. Pippen wasn't needed. And I mean, Pippen's a bum, bro. And when I say Pippen's a bum, shout out to Pippen, dog. I respect your game. But the only reason why Pippen's a bum, because people compare him to, they put him in a category with the greatest of all time.
How?
So
They
if you
keep-
want to
I
be the
heard-
greatest, you a bum.
Dog, shout out to y'all commenting on our posts and stuff, but y'all keep saying he's the top 50.
No, bro.
When? That 1 year
He
when
top-
Jordan retired.
He top 550. He definitely top 550. He definitely top 500.
550.
He's not top 50, bro.
He might be top 150.
If they was comparing Pippen to like what's my name? My nigga name on the Barkley show, a Barkley Shaq, Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith.
I'm saying if you compare him to Kenny Smith, he great. But if you want to put him in a category with the Clyde Drexlers, the Dominique Wilkins, the
Yeah, Pippen trash.
he trashed him. Because if you're gonna put him in the same sentence as top 50 with all these amazing people from the Jerry West, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Jordan,
Right.
Magic Johnson.
Pippen is not in that
He's
category.
not in that league.
He's not even getting them
so if you
highlights.
want to be in that league, then you a bum.
Pippen don't get highlights unless it has to do with Jordan.
Pippin's game is the equivalent to like whoever's the worst player that plays on an all-star team that year. That's Pippen. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
since they want to, okay, you can mention him with the all-stars if you want,
But he's the
gonna be
worst.
the worst one. You see what I'm saying? Like,
He was honorable mention.
I
like-
would rather be averaging 50 on JV and be the best JV player in the state than the worst varsity player in the state. That's what Pippen is.
Right.
Pippen is the worst superstar of all time, but the greatest scrub of all time.
And he had Jordan, my nigga. What did he do without him? Oh, he won 55 games.
Dog,
I don't care.
what?
In the East.
guess what? You know my nigga Paxson. You know my nigga. What the fuck? I hate this. I hate is proving my point. The fact that I'm
Play
not
for
saying his
the-
name. What's the nigga? Craig. With the jumper, the 3-pointer, black dude. Craig. The fuck was his name?
on the Bulls?
The Bulls.
The one who got blackballed?
Yeah,
I forgot what his name, but I seen a little story how my man got
but
blackballed.
we know him.
Right.
We know him. We know Tony Kukoc.
Right.
We know Luke Longley.
We know, Harper.
We know Ron Harper.
Right.
We know Oakley.
Right.
We know these players.
We
and
know
I'm not taking
Pippen,
away from them.
but Pippen is them.
We know them because of Jordan.
Pippen just happened to be the second behind Jordan. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
He was just
you
number
happen
two.
to be the best player on a team where players were okay.
Right.
Take Pippen off. Give me somebody else.
And we winning.
we still winning.
right.
Listen, I don't think you can say, because everything, there's two things that everybody is saying in the comments. And I dare you to say something else because, first of all, if you're going to comment about Pippen on our podcast, First of all, we respect it, but
Feel
read
free.
through the other comments. They've already said he's great at defense. They've already said he was number 2 voting. So was Dwight Howard, and he's a scrub. And they've already said they won 55 games. Okay, if that's what you're basing the top 50 player of all time on, you're wrong. Give us something else.
And y'all are saying top 50. He's not top 25.
Bro,
Y'all are fighting
for 50.
That's what I'm saying. They're fighting. Oh, he's the top 50. No, the fuck he's not. But y'all are saying it like we're saying he's not top 10.
He wasn't even top 50 in his era.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't top 50 when Jordan wasn't there.
No, dog.
But they keep fighting. Oh, he was top 50. I don't give a fuck about the top 50. What about the top 10? Who gives a fuck about Pippen, dog?
Bro, he had a great year. Okay. If you listen, let me tell you this.
If I'm getting triple team and I pass you the ball, you better hit that shit.
Let me tell you this.
If I'm D'ing up the best person, you better D up the next best person.
I'm talking to you motherfuckers that love Pippen so much. If you say his greatest year, he averaged 21 points. What? That was his greatest year, bro. You saying without Jordan, his greatest year, he averaged 21 points?
But he defended. Who don't? Motherfucker.
Yo, I can name a gazillion players who averaged 20 plus. Devin Harris. Danny Granger. Nothing against Amari Stoudemire, but Amari Stoudemire, who plays in the Jewish league right now,
Not Jewish.
and he's only in the headlines for saying that if it was a gay player on his team, that he would take a shower across the street from him. I think that's funny, but Amari, you drawing, bro. Like, why are you doing it? But Amari Stoudemire, like, there's so many players who've averaged Pippen numbers, and they aren't even in the conversation.
What are y'all talking
about? No,
Pippen is trash.
Pippen is trash. Now, come to me when you take him out the top 50 and put him amongst role players, then he's amazing.
Right.
Put him amongst role players, he's amazing.
Like top 10 role player.
Top 10. But since people want to talk about Pippen as the one of the most, I'm sorry, Pippen, but you got to get this work, bro. Niggas comparing you to Clyde Drexler and Wilt Chamberlain.
Dog, you not.
And maybe you're not directly comparing Pippen to Chamberlain or to Jabbar, but you're saying he's top 50. So guess who else is top 50? Jordan, Jabbar,
Jerry West,
Larry Bird,
Magic,
Clyde Drexler, Magic Johnson, James Worthy,
Chris
We
Paul,
can go on forever.
LeBron James.
So if you want to put him amongst these people, we got to compare him to these people. So compared to these people, he's shit sauce. You know how you got diarrhea and you got
diarrhea juice.
You got a bunch of black piss in the toilet. He's shit sauce, bro.
That's what he is.
He's shit pee. He's shit pee. He pee and shit at the same time, and that's no disrespect. I say that with all due respect, but if y'all
compared to the greats,
you got to do that.
But role player, he the truth.
Role player, he gold.
He the truth.
But I'm saying, if you want to compare him to that, you got to give him that.
Scottie Pippen is a gold player. Jordan is a platinum player. Don't say Jordan.
Scotty Silver, bro. He's silver. You got to give him maybe bronze.
My fault.
Bronze,
my fault. You right.
So I'm saying if
right.
Jordan gold,
you right.
then he got to be
you break
bronze.
Stop saying that Jordan needed Pippen.
No,
What's wrong with y'all?
Time out. I'll take that back. I'm being disrespectful. He's not bronze because if Jordan is gold,
no, Jordan's platinum.
Jordan's platinum, Magic is gold, Bird is silver, and Clyde Drexler is bronze. So,
right.
So
right.
Pippen kind of like
is like
he almost made it on the podium.
Runner up.
He runner up.
Honorable mention.
He the nigga that ran real fast and then fell before he made it to the finish line. So it's like you was competing for a while, but then once you can't compete for the whole race.
Right. We thought you was nice, but then we realized
you know what I mean? You the nigga that play on the same race car team as Dale Earnhardt. Like,
right,
I mean,
right,
you know what I mean?
Right,
you just boosted my nigga Dale through the finish line.
Exactly. So to say that, would you what about my nigga Alonzo Ball though? In the whole Ball family. Are they gonna be nice? Like, are they gonna take over the league? Like they're taking over social media right now?
If you talking Lonzo Ball, I think Lonzo's nice. I think Lonzo could be what, and this is no disrespect, dog, what Sean Livingston could have been.
Right, without that injury.
Sean Livingston could have been one of the best,
yeah,
bro.
because Lonzo, he got looks. Like, I be seeing.
He's tall, he got a
jumper.
I think Lonzo Ball can be like
Livingston could have been the truth, though.
Livingston could have been the truth.
He
nigga.
could have.
They was and I'm not being disrespectful. Like, you can go back and look. They was comparing Livingston to Magic Johnson because he was 6'9".
Right.
He really wasn't the best scorer, but his playmaking ability.
Right.
Think about it. Livingston is still killing off the bench, and that's what he, after a broken leg 10 years later.
Right.
So, with all due respect, Lonzo Ball could do what Livingston was supposed to do, but better because he has a jumper.
Right.
I think Lonzo Ball is the truth.
Right.
And I don't think he's overhyped. I think LiAngelo Ball's overhyped. I don't know if you know which one is LiAngelo.
That's the huskier one.
That's the huskier one.
Okay,
I think he
okay.
overhyped. I don't think he makes it to the NBA, but I think he plays D-League and snaps.
Right. Young boy wants to make it, though.
Yo, because I thought because when I watch his highlights on like Baller's Life, shout out to Baller's Life and Baller Vision and shit like that, like that's the reason why I got put on to that. He looked like he like 5'9". And nigga 6'3".
Nah, he like 6. Yeah, he tall as shit.
So that nigga, and he a sophomore.
Right.
I think he got to possibly be better than both of them.
Right. And he got the green light.
Because I think he could possibly be like 6'6" when it's all said and done.
Right.
He's 6'3" as a sophomore.
And for the fact that he got people watching him, he gonna go off in every game now.
He put up 90. His brother didn't play that game though, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
I seen that 93.
He put up 90 the game where he didn't have another score, and you could say he cherry picked, but I'm sure Wilt cherry picked to get 100.
Right.
I'm sure some of his buckets, and I'm. Listen, you know my theory. If you didn't get caught cheating, it didn't happen.
Didn't cheat.
If we didn't see the footage on Wilt Chamberlain, it didn't happen.
They said
bro.
somebody scored 140 something in the game before.
Yeah, like
How? No.
I mean, shout out to the people that was there.
Something was set up like, yo, you scoring 140.
We didn't see it, bro.
The team knew you was scoring 140.
So to me, the greatest one-player game of all time was Kobe scoring 81. Because, and that's no disrespect to Wilt. Rest in peace. He will die, right?
I don't think so.
No, I think Wilt died.
I think who's still alive? Kareem?
Kareem
Yeah,
alive.
okay.
So no disrespect. So rest in peace to my man Wilt. You one of the greatest players of all time, but I can't count your 100.
We gotta see it.
I seen a picture.
Right.
But think about it. When I was playing in high school, I wasn't getting the most buckets, but I'm saying any buckets I did get,
right.
I always was like, nah, I think I got more. I can't trust that scorekeeper. It's, you know what I mean? So I'm not trusting. If I couldn't trust a scorekeeper in 2008, what makes you think I could trust a scorekeeper in 1972?
Only 2-pointers.
Yeah, dog. I don't know.
That's a lot.
I think the scorekeeper was like, yo, he was getting a lot of points.
He made 50 buckets.
He had 100.
He made 50 buckets. 50 times 2 is 100.
I think the scorekeeper was like, yo, he's been scoring a lot.
He had to score.
I think he has 100. So I'm gonna go on record and say I don't know.
They stopped counting after 60.
They was like, yo, that nigga is killing.
Right.
You know, so we don't know.
Right.
So I say that to say you can't discredit my man LaMelo Ball's 93 or whatever. He was balling.
Right.
I think Lonzo Ball's the truth. I think his dad is Kris Jenner. He's amazing at
doing what he do.
At boosting his sons.
Right.
And he obviously his sons are encouraging it because he keeps doing it. If I was killing in college and I feel like my dad was drawling, I would be like, yo, dad, chill, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right. So, because especially it's social media is ours anyway, so we could be like, yo, Pop, you chill.
I mean? Or you can go on social media and say, you know what I mean? I think Steph is amazing. I'm not trying to be Steph.
Right, but he said he better than Steph.
If his dad got that confidence, I think they probably, because they've been, I think they won like 100 straight games at one point for a while. For a while, they was undefeated for like 2 seasons in a row. So
with the high school?
When all 3 of them was playing at once.
Okay.
So, because at one point, Lonzo's senior year, Melo was a freshman,
right?
And I think Melo played as an 8th grader too. I could be wrong, but I think he played as 8th grader too. So I think for 2 years straight they played all on the same team. I could be wrong. Definitely for a year straight. So I say that to say they got confidence,
right?
I think they don't care that their dad is turning up, and I think they could possibly be. I think I can't say anything about LaMelo yet because he's still in high school, but I think Lonzo
could be nice.
He could be next. Not even nice. I think he could be because he like a new.
He a freshman, so
he's
leaving this year.
He is gonna leave, and he gonna be the number 2 pick. I think he should be the number 1 pick. I don't know this dude who's supposed to be the number 1 pick. I think he plays for Washington or something like that.
Oh yeah, he hurt too.
He hurt because Lonzo just killed them.
Right.
He made UCLA relevant again.
Right.
He made them nice again.
Right.
And I think he's just a true
And he'll even be like, he's not even the top scorer in the whole league.
Nah.
He just.
And that's the thing. I think you know how Steph gave us. He revitalized shooters.
Right.
He made people want to be a shooter again.
Right.
I think Lonzo is
just want to be a player,
a playmaker.
Right, playmaker.
The way Chris Paul did. Like nobody, like after Chris Paul snapped, Darren Williams was killing too, but then he got hurt, so I fucked him up. Nobody patterned themselves around Chris Paul no more because we got LeBron.
Right.
And that took the shadow, or we had Melo.
Right.
And everybody wanted to be scorers, but it took the shadow away from how amazing Chris Paul is. Chris Paul is arguably, to me, top 3 point guards of all time.
Right.
Chris Paul is the truth. So I think Lonzo is now giving young kids, he's redoing a game to say, yo, you could be like the point guard.
Yeah.
Because for so long we had Derrick Rose, we had Russell Westbrook,
we got scorer too.
We got John Wall,
first point
Lillard.
Guard.
Yeah, you got to be a 2-point, like a 2-guard point guard, kind of like Iverson.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So Lonzo, I think he's changing the game.
Right.
So we got to see how that, because I think he has an amazing college game. So we do got to see how that translates to the NBA.
But he could, because if Wiggins was snapping like that, and now he's snapping in the league, I think Lonzo could do it too.
Wiggins had an NBA game because I think he had that pick and roll game. Like he was looking to score. Lonzo is looking to just pick the defense apart. I think it may be, I'm not saying it's easier, but I think it's college. You see a lot of zones, so it may be easier to pick apart the gaps.
Right.
I think he can be amazing in the league, but he could not be. But what I'm saying is, all we can do is go off of what he's been doing, and per what he's been doing, he's the truth. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like so often when somebody's doing something great, people are so quick to say, he's great, but is that going to translate? He's great, but can he be a scorer? He's great, but can he play in a pick and roll offense? So it's like, we can't do that. All we can do is go off of what you showed us you can do. Just like, you know what I mean? People can talk about, Trump is a businessman, so he could be an amazing president because he can run the country like a businessman, but we can only go by what he's done, which is
right. So we don't know if he's going to be nice in the league.
No, I'm saying we don't, but right now all we can go by is what he's doing in college. And in college, he's crushing.
Right.
So in my opinion, until he proves me other, he's going to crush. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, who hasn't? Well, I guess like what's the dude? JJ Redick.
Yeah.
But Duke players don't really.
The twins, and from Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah, they didn't even make it to the league.
They didn't make it to the league. We can go on for days. Christian Laettner was okay in the league.
You right.
But he wasn't nice. So there's a track record of probably the biggest upset is Adam Morrison.
So do you? Yeah, you right.
Adam Morrison.
You right. College. So do you think that players should be able to make their money now while they're in college, while they snapping?
You know why I say that's tough, bro?
Right. What's that?
The reason why I can't 100% stand behind that is because technically college players get $100,000 a year.
How?
Because they get a
free education.
Depending on what school you go to. You got players coming from out of state going to Duke. I'm sure if you come out of state, because look, if you come out of state and go to UD, I think it's like $40,000 a year.
I feel you.
So I think if you come out of state and go to like schools like Duke and shit, I'm sure it's like $40,000 to $60,000 a year for education. So
I feel
you already getting $60,000 a year for the education, period. Then you getting room and board. You staying on I'm sure they seclude them to stay in the best dorms, so you getting that. I'm sure the food's not amazing, but you getting free plane tickets.
Yeah.
You getting plane tickets to see the world. So you seeing the world. Now some of the
jerseys, free warm-ups.
You getting free jerseys, free warm-ups. You getting publicity.
Right.
So you getting the fact that now after college you can still be somebody. So let's say
what about if you making the school popping?
So look, so that's what I'm saying. The thing I'm talking about now, this goes for the popping schools, because now you travel in a world. Every other day you on a
I guess the school gives you the opportunity.
Jet. Maybe they're not on a private jet, but I think they on a charter
like
plane. Like I don't think they
on there with
regular people.
Yeah.
So they basically per year, per player, they giving you like 200 racks at least.
Yeah.
Right? So you saying I got to give you all this and give you money?
But at the same time, the players are driving in business for the school too. Like them tickets are being sold.
But what you can say are the players bigger than the university?
Some are.
Who?
Curry was bigger than his university.
He was bigger than Davis. Okay, so he's like the asterisk. He's
Right.
kind of the asterisk. Like
But
he's
there's a lot of Curry. Like maybe like Duke, you're not bigger than
You're not-
you're not bigger than Coach K.
you're not bigger than the history that school has.
Nah, because Coach K made Duke. Duke is trash other than basketball.
Right.
But other
But
than
you can't
Coach
contribute
K.
that to any one player. You got to contribute that to the system.
You right.
The amount of players they had.
You
So
right.
you got
But-
you got
but at the
Currys
same
that
time,
come
there's-
around every decade.
But there's Duke teams that don't make it that far, and there's Duke teams that do.
But Duke is still Duke.
So say like Grant Hill,
Right.
he took them all the way.
Right.
And I think that he should probably get more credit than other people. Like the dude was named Jameer Nelson or something Nelson. You know what I'm talking about?
Jameer Nelson played for St.
Not
Joe's.
Jameer Nelson. The other Nelson. He didn't really do nothing in the league. He played like a couple
But,
years ago.
so-
Or Leitner.
So how do they
or
scale it?
Reddick.
So how do they scale it? Because we already giving you a free education.
I would scale it by jersey sales. I would sell it by if I sell. 'cause there's
Most of
there's
these
people
schools
in
don't
the-
have names on their jerseys.
But some do.
Some do.
And,
Okay.
and people and it have numbers. You
Okay.
have a number that you play every game.
Got it.
So basically, if my jersey is selling off the racks, I should get 1%.
So do you got to pay for your education?
Fuck no.
So look.
Cause I could go to this other school and get them popping too.
Here's
These
the-
seats are sold out to see me.
Here's the
Not
no no
nobody.
no no no
Yes,
no 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 no
yes.
no. Duke is sold out no matter who.
Okay,
playing
but
for
if
Duke.
the school's trash,
Okay,
they're
look,
not coming
so
that
look,
year,
It
dog.
has to be equal then. So you saying Duke players shouldn't get paid, but Davidson players should?
What you mean? What are you
I'm saying no matter if Duke can have a team full of scrubs, they're selling out tickets, bro.
No.
Yes,
If they got a losing season 4-12,
They selling out.
No, they're not.
Dog, that name is bigger than any one player. Because guess what? All Duke players was scrubs. Name me a nice Duke player that was nice in the league.
Okay, you're right, but the team was always nice though.
Okay,
It was
so-
always in the playoffs.
So Duke players shouldn't get paid?
yes,
Why if no Duke players ever showed that they was good outside of Duke?
because they brought fans to the stadium.
No, Duke itself.
I don't
okay,
care if it's half a penny, my nigga.
Bro, Duke is like
I don't care if it's some stock.
Duke is like the Lakers. No matter how bad the Lakers are, Jack Nicholson sitting courtside, Jay-Z there if he in LA, it's gonna always sell out. The Staples Center is the Clippers. I don't know about the Clippers, but because they didn't have the name, but the Lakers name, the Celtics name, they probably was some of the top two names. And I'm just saying, like, there's some
I feel like North Carolina.
North Carolina. No matter what, they're gonna be big. So,
yeah, I got you.
are you saying that you can only get paid if?
I feel like depending on what your jersey sells. Say if you sell like 30,000, everybody not selling 30,000, but if you sell 30,000, after that 30,000, you should start getting some cut after a certain amount. You feel me? If your jersey, say your whole team could be nice, but if your jersey is selling the most, you should start
So
getting
the question
cut.
is, I don't know this answer, but since this is just,
But
so,
they
but
have-
listen, since this is your argument, you should know this answer. Does the university get paid for the jersey sales?
Yeah.
Are you sure, or does Nike get paid? And Nike just, you see what I'm saying? Does the university get paid for the jersey sales? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, and that's some research that I probably could do. But what I think goes on is that, yeah, Nike might get a cut, or Nike might provide them with a certain amount of, products, and the university might pay for it and then flip it. But
The reason why I don't think college players should get paid is because they are interchangeable. No matter how great you are as a college player, you only gonna have a couple asterisks that are make or break. Where if they leave, the system is dead. So it's like NBA players aren't interchangeable. They're the greatest players probably of all time in any sport. The reason why I don't think college players should get paid is because it can't be scaled. Some of these players are just victims of a system. And it goes back to Adam Morrison.
bro, but it don't matter because say
listen.
like the Suns. Say like the Suns. If somebody comes to the Suns and they score 50 points a game, it's like they do in Central Michigan. I'm pretty sure he's selling them seats out just because people want to see him score out. So for the fact that he's bringing something to the table, he should probably get paid more than the average college player. You get me?
No, he is. He's getting a bigger scholarship.
Right.
Because some of these college players on that team didn't get a scholarship.
Right.
They're walk-ons.
And the coach obviously knows like he's the truth.
Right.
And so
that's why we pay for his education.
You could be the truth and score 50 points a game, but your jersey might not sell. So say if you your brand is just popping, you get the jersey sales.
So technically, you're saying college players are better than NBA players because NBA players only get salary, and then you can't count endorsements because that's what they're getting on their own. Salary, and they're getting free travel and room and board. So you're saying college players should get salary, free travel, room and board, free education, and food?
No, all I'm saying is if they're
getting food, free education, travel, room and board.
I'm saying if your jersey becomes popular enough to sell more jerseys than a certain point, then you should start getting a little
Are college jerseys selling like that, bro? I don't really be seeing them in stores.
Even
like
if they not, I'm just saying college. They should have an opportunity.
So you're saying like one out of every million?
I'm saying you should have the opportunity because every player is not going to be able to become. Most
players don't sell jerseys. Just like maybe Steph. Like most players, jerseys. Not a lot of players. I don't remember last time I walked outside and seen somebody walking a college jersey.
So you don't think a college player should at least get paid minimum wage?
No, because they're getting free education. So over your 4 years, you could arguably make over $1 million. And education, food,
what about
room
the
and
people
board,
who's
travel.
getting free education and they're just getting free education?
They're getting free education because they're smart and they become scientists and like these college. So think about it. The college scientist that finds a cure for AIDS isn't going to get paid. They just happened to be in school and they found the AIDS cure. They got a free education because they were really smart. They do more for society than a basketball player.
They're going to get paid because they found a cure for AIDS, though.
I don't think so, bro.
They will.
I think the university might get paid. They're not going to pay that because think about it. Technically, they didn't find the cure. The class found the cure. Because I'm sure they were working in a group. I'm sure they wasn't just by themselves and was like,
that
oh, this cure
AIDS.
AIDS.
Probably going to be rich, though.
I think they're going to get publicity. And then you can choose to take that publicity and turn it into $1. Like, you can choose that publicity and get a book deal. Like, Adam Morrison could have chose his... Gonzaga gave him stardom because he could have played for some trash school like Wilmington University, no disrespect, and put up 50, nobody's going to know. Right. He still played for... As much as Davidson may not have been the best school in the world, it was big enough
D1.
To where people would care.
Right.
Because there's D3 players.
They still made the Sweet 16.
Think about it. It's the D3 player. That one dude, remember, he would score like 100 points like 3 games in a row. Something crazy. 200 points in a game. Like he did something like majestical. Right. But nobody cared, bro, because he played for a trash school.
Right.
So it's like... I mean, I don't think so because I think this name of the school is still bigger than a player. So we giving you free education. We giving you free publicity to where if you want to take your stardom, like no matter how bad of an NBA player Adam Morrison became, he could have wrote a book about his journey in college.
But I'm saying though, like if you putting up, say if you meet a certain criteria, you putting up the numbers, you got the grades, you selling the jerseys. Even though jerseys don't sell, they do.
So what you saying is, and
you gotta meet it's just like you applying for it. Like you gotta meet this certain criteria, and if you do, you get paid. But if you don't, you just get a. You know what I mean? Like it's like a summer job or something. You know what I'm saying? If you want this, you have to do this to get this. You don't think that should be available for them?
So if you gonna say that's available, it only can be available to the dime a dozen players. I mean, the 1 in a million players like Steph Curry.
Nah, but I'm saying,
because name another player that did something that was bigger than the university the way Steph Curry was bigger than Davidson.
Kevin Durant was bigger than
Texas?
That year he was.
No, he may have been bigger than their basketball program. He wasn't bigger than the college.
Right.
You see, like Texas may not have the best basketball team, but I mean, they were always solid. Because don't forget, when T.J. Ford played for Texas, he was the truth.
Yeah.
And Texas football team is amazing. So he may be bigger than the basketball program, but is he bigger than what the university provides for football players? Is he bigger than what the university provides for medical research? Like you can argue and say that the doctors, the medical students are bigger than the basketball players, right? They may not be the players we watch on TV, but they the reason why we get like college students are the reason why we get these cures and shit, because you got some of the smartest people in the world working together. Whereas once they get out of college, usually they try to become scientists and maybe they work for different companies. But in college,
together,
you got them working together. So technically, they may be making a bigger impact to the world, and money,
than when they get
because,
out.
Because Steph Curry is selling jerseys, but the person who discovered the cure for testicular cancer is the reason why Lance Armstrong could make a gazillion dollars for, the Olympics. You know what I mean? So it made the Olympics money. It didn't even make Lance Armstrong money. Now it made the Olympics money. So it's like they did something big for the world instead of doing something big for
just for the sports
for basketball.
Yeah,
so if you say players going to get paid, because you can't make it.
What if it was just like not even just a little percentage? Like remember Ho said that bar about how he owned the Nets. He only owned like 0.000.
Like, but
just something like
of
that.
A billy.
Just something like that.
But we giving you free education.
Okay. All right.
Right?
All right, Mr. All right, you're right.
Free education?
All right.
Because what are the NBA players getting besides their salary? Do they get a percentage of jersey sales? No.
Do they?
No.
So it just goes to the team?
I think it goes to the company.
Yeah, so you don't think if your jersey popping, you don't get a little
cut bro.
Off your name?
Nope. And I'm making that up, but I think I'm 100%. I'm 99.9% sure it's true. I think.
Somebody's trying to do this motherfucker.
It sound like, but the top door lock. That nigga Will dumb. This nigga been trying to get in for a while. That's somebody. Heads up, if we die, bro. Somebody's been trying to get into our door for like the last hour. That's all we hear is the doorknob turning and nothing's happening. And I don't know what the fuck is going on. But if somebody come in this bitch. I got a bottle, bro. I'm busting. I'm going out with a fucking bang, my nigga. I say that to say I'm fucking somebody up with this bottle. You remember James Bond? He used to throw the knives and shit. I'm hooping this motherfucking bottle, nigga.
That shit is flipping.
I'm saying that to say that I don't think NBA players get a percentage of their jersey. I think they get a percentage of their shoes if you got a contract with them, but I don't think, because I don't even know if the team. I think the team got to get it because it's team merchandise. But the players, I know if Mozgov sell a jersey, he's not getting a piece of that, my nigga. You know what I mean? It's a Cavaliers jersey. It's not a Mozgov jersey. It's still a Cavs jersey. So it's not a Curry jersey. Unfortunately, it's still a Davidson jersey. And half them jerseys they giving away to the students for free, nigga. It's not a lot of places to find college jerseys except for Dukes and Calif. I'm sure it's hard to find Texas A&M basketball jersey, unless you go to the store in the Texas A&M school. So I'm saying the school is getting that money, and they're getting that money
off the players,
and
off helping the players,
but then
get
putting
education.
it back into your education. So they're taking that money that they're getting from their jersey sales and putting it back into your education. So I just don't. I think technically you can make an argument where some players deserve money, but it's like you can't make a even enough scale to support it.
Right, I feel you. So what about Get Out? You seen that? The movie?
Get Out. And I do want to transition into the Oscars because of Get Out, but I like the Get Out shit. So I do want to talk about that shit. So how you feel about the Get Out?
I like Get Out, to be honest with you. I thought it was brilliant. Like I thought it was kind of genius.
Because of what?
Because of the way that it wasn't like the normal racist, typical black against white movie. It was like it was black against white, which I'm against that. Like I want everybody to come together, but it was black against white. Yeah. But it was just like it wasn't slavery. It was just like it was like modern. Like
it was. I think they did a good job of taking something as totally factual and giving us and that's what I like about these type of pieces. Like I think a good director is able to, and it goes back to what we were saying about the Remy shit. Like Drake was able to give us the fact that Meek was opening up for Nicki.
Right.
He can say, okay, Meek, you're opening up for Nicki, or he can give it to us in a clever way by saying, is that a world tour or your girls tour? So you can say,
because he still said it's a world tour.
It's a world tour.
But
but he gave it to you in a clever way
Right,
to where it was
right.
digestible and you liked it.
Right.
So it's like the slavery movies and racism movies, they tell us people were racist. People were slaves. But
Black
I think
people got
Jordan
hung.
Peele did a good job of saying how, like, because I think it
Why?
was
Why?
not even
they
that. It's
were
just
racist.
like I don't know if you peep, but during a movie when they was during a party where the people was talking to the black dude, they kept seeing the one dude wanted his physique because he
Yeah.
was a golfer, and he was like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Basically, he wanted to be a golfer. How the granddad took that strong man's physique because remember he was saying the granddad lost to Jesse Owens in the Olympics.
Right.
Remember the granddad
right.
was running.
Right.
So
Right.
he wanted to know what it was like to be in that black man's physique because he
Right.
lost to a black man in a
Right.
period of time where they were saying a white man was superior,
right.
but the black man won.
Right.
So it's like, and then the one dude, the brother, which a lot of people didn't peep, the brother was so upset the whole movie because I think he wanted to be transferred into a black person body because he kept saying, your body is so physically
Right.
amazing. If you
Right.
trained hard enough, you could be the best MMA fighter. And
Right.
I think
He
the brother
to
wanted to be an MMA
yeah,
fighter.
Yeah.
So I think it did a good job of saying like white people only care about what black people offer physically, but mentally they don't give a fuck about us.
Right.
Like you don't offer us anything. Let me take
Right.
your brain out and
Right.
put the white man's brain inside the
And
black man's body.
Right.
So I think it did a good job of giving us that part, where it's not just that they hate us.
Right. They think we're
Envy us a little bit
right,
too.
right.
You see what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like, and I think he did a good job of pointing that out, and I think that's empowering a little bit.
And
to
it
the
even
African
showed like
Americans.
just trying to fit into the white society, like how. Remember when he greeted the father at the door? He was like, "Hey, my man," and it was just like how like they just think they gotta just be, just
of the culture.
be of the culture to make us feel to fit in. And sometimes, sometimes you don't fit in.
Or is it deeper? And he was just saying that, and in the movie at least, that white people want to be down. Right. They want to be cool. Right. So I think it's deeper than saying they just fitting in because they around us. I'm saying they want to be down, quote unquote, in
right. I
of
mean,
the
because
culture.
at the end of the day, like our culture is kind of projected and it's kind of like made
the
like
culture.
it's cool. Yeah, like
It's from
like at
from
the end of the day,
jazz to rap to basketball.
yeah, not to be racist, but like white people don't really have a culture. It's more like when you see like
They
black
got the
people,
money.
yeah, they just got the money. But
Yeah.
black people is just like their culture is like cool. You know what I'm saying? They got the movement, they got the music, they got the voice. It's just like
I think because we was forced to like make something out of nothing. Coming up, that's all we had. We didn't have anything. We had each other. We were brought over to this country as slaves against our will. So it was like the moments that we did have when we weren't. Basically, you had a lot of pain, and I think pain brings, pressure makes diamonds, is what they say. So it's like we were able to. We had to make stuff cool because we didn't have anything. So we had to create stuff. So I think that's why a lot of things that black people do in urban culture is so creative and so original is because we didn't have anything. Like we weren't, whereas like, you had Jewish culture, Asian culture, Jamaican culture, African culture. They were able to derive that from something. You know what I mean? African Americans, and I hate to even say African Americans, so Black Americans, and I'm not.
that's where
nothing
we got it
against
from. We
African
got it from
Americans.
not having nothing.
Not having anything. So we had to create culture.
Right,
So
so, like, when
Black
you
culture isn't African culture.
It's just not
Black culture is Black
culture.
culture.
Just like when you take something and you make it nothing. Like say like I don't know, just how black people kind of take clothes and they make it their own style.
Something original. And
It's
crazy.
just like back in the day they didn't really have
didn't
nothing.
have
So what you did have, you kind of had to put your swag to it. You know what I mean?
and
What-
make it as good as the fancy.
it's
as the
good,
fancy.
exactly. You didn't have the fancy stuff, but what you did had, you kind of made it fancy. So even when we don't have the most expensive stuff, we still make it look like it costs more than what it did, and that came from just not having anything. I get you.
And I think that's why I fuck with the movie, because it did a good job of pointing that. It did a good job of playing both sides of the fence. It's like saying, hey, okay, there are some, and I think it was more than racism, and that's what I want to talk about too, because it's like I don't think that movie were those white people racist, or envious.
Right. They don't have to be racist. It's like they could have just wanted what you had.
They didn't hate black people.
Right.
They felt as though they were better.
Right. And they just like they didn't
mentally,
really,
but not better physically.
Right.
So they wanted. It was like we got this, you got that. They felt like they were bigger.
Right.
They had more money,
right.
more power. But racist is like you hate me because of the color of the skin. I don't think they hated.
They didn't say they hated.
They don't think they hated them.
They just, we have everything. Just we want more. You know what I'm saying? Give us what you have too. You know.
And that leads me into I'm not gonna say where I was actually, but I was in a conversation with these people.
We're just combining. Maybe they wanted to even be mixed. You know what I'm saying?
But I think they felt like they were more intellectually advanced. So they was like, if only I can put my brain into that black man's body.
Right.
Like how the one dude was like, I like your vision, the way you capture photographs.
Yeah.
But what he fails to realize is just because you got his eyes don't mean you have his vision.
Right.
His vision came from a place of pain.
Right.
It came from a place of not having anything. So you have to find the prettiest moments within the ugliest scenarios.
Right.
You have to find the pretty moments in the hood where everything is so fucking
grungy.
jungle-ish.
Yeah.
And you have to find the beauty in it.
Right.
So I think he did a good job of painting it. Like it didn't say it, but it's like you can want his eyes, but you aren't gonna get his vision.
Yeah.
So I think it did an amazing job at that. And like I said,
and it showed like what could really happen. Like I mean, hypnosis been around for how long?
But that's another thing. It wasn't the hypnosis. It was the surgical removal of their brain. Because remember, the black dude was hypnotized.
Right.
The main character.
Right.
The black dude from
the other black
ATL.
Dude, but he had to get hypnotized.
He got hypnotized just so they can perform the surgery.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So it's like, the hypnotize, that shit's real. And he took the hypnosis
but that's why it's so. That's what made it so real. Because it could happen. Like hypnotization, whatever it's called, has been around. Hypnosis has been around, and it could happen.
It could happen.
And that's what made it so realistic. And that's why I liked it, because it wasn't like no Michael Myers popping out the corner.
Yeah.
It was some stuff like you go to a girl's house whose family in a place that you've never been to with cops, because cops. If the cops is in the family, they ain't saying nothing.
He did a good job of not needing to create new fears, right? We don't need to create a fear of a doll.
Right.
There's already a fear that white people want to oppress black people.
Right.
He took that fear and turned it into a thriller or a scary movie. So I think that took a certain level of genius to take that fear and turn that into a movie. Like we don't need like how The Purge did. Like it's something that's real that could happen. The Purge, I mean, there's people who are less fortunate. I'm not saying are afraid of rich people. They're afraid of the power that rich people have over the world. So it's like whoever directed The Purge did a good job of painting into the fears that people already have. So I think Jordan Peele was brilliant in that sense, where he painted into the fear that, white people want to oppress and control black people, turned that into a thriller, but also empowered black people by saying the reason why they doing it is because we're so amazing. We're so built from rocks and turned into diamonds. So they want that. So I think it did a good job of playing both sides of the fences.
They know that we're bred to be beasts. And to work and to just have that workers mentality and just be able to conquer and run fast and lift and
for sure.
And that's kind of, even though they say they got the brains and they put it all together, they still need the strength too.
The vision, the creativity.
Right, because like you said, it came from pain. It came from oppression. It came from we don't have anything, so we're just gonna create something out of nothing.
Yeah,
and that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
So I think that was arguably one of the best racial movies.
Bro, it had to be one of the best movies that came out within like the past 5 years.
And I like the fact, because I seen that shit before it dropped. There was a special showing at Jonah 202, so I didn't have to listen to the critics and the overhype. Because
Right. I got
social
the
media
overhype.
does a great job of overhyping shit, and it sometimes can fuck you up when you go in and watch
everybody
the movie.
already told me it was hot, and you know
but
I went
even
in there
then, you
thinking
still
it was
thought it was hot.
Yeah, I still thought it was hot, and I'm glad it was still hot.
Yeah, so I honestly think, and I don't know how the Oscars and shit work. I don't know if that would be eligible for next year's Oscars or what, but I don't know. I just know he took some, like, and the basically what that story is, basically he took a $3 million budget, $4 million budget, and made 40 or 30 million the first week.
Yo, that movie was the truth, man. It was 12 years a slave in modern day. Like, you know,
and it was more than just slavery. I think it dove deeper than we want. We hate you, so you're doing our work. It's we envy just, the fact that we don't think we can do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe
it still had the parts where, you know, had the lady, you know, working for them. It had the dude working for them.
Who?
The remember the lady who was smiling but she was crying?
But that was their grandma.
What, like taking over the body?
Yeah, that wasn't even a real worker. She was playing she was playing along. That's why that shit is deep, bro. That wasn't a real worker. Like, she wasn't.
Where was she? Where was the grandma working from though?
What do you mean?
Where was the grandma inside the body?
The grandma was inside the brain.
How?
Like, remember when they hypnotized them?
Right.
And the white dude that had the eyes wanted to take over the black dude's body.
Right.
So he was taking. So when the black dude was fucking up the son, remember the dad was in there doing surgery to take the white dude's head off, take his brain out.
Yeah.
He was gonna take his brain.
Right. Oh, switch brains.
That was what the movie is about. It wasn't about hypnosis. It was about they were taking the brains of the white. So the whole time.
So if I took my brain, put in you, I'll be you. Like that.
I'm not saying it can really happen.
Right, but that's what it was.
The way they explained it was that neurologically, there's a piece of the brain that has to remain in its host, the part that's connected to like the spine and shit, which is why the black person is still in there, which is why when they flashed him, he came out. Right. That triggered it. But yeah, they were taking the brain, portions of the brain of the white person, and putting it inside the black person. Now, granted, it did make you a little bit of a vegetable because the grandma was still weird.
Right.
But she was the grandma, which is why I remember.
That's why the grandpa was
chased
the other
him.
dude. Yeah.
Remember he chased him and tackled
him? He was a beast,
though.
though.
And he was about to kill him until he flashed him.
Right.
Remember the grandma, when the dude got in the car to drive away, the grandma jumped in front.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to stop him.
Right.
That was the grandma. Like, that wasn't the black girl.
Right.
That was the grandma.
Right,
she wasn't hypnotized. So I say that to say, they weren't really like workers.
Right.
They were just acting like workers.
I got you.
So the main character can think they're workers.
Yeah,
but really they were just playing a role.
Yeah, I got you.
Because that's what I was asking my shorty. I was like, yo, if the white people want to take control of the black people, why are they just being, slaves of the house? But then I realized they were just playing that role.
Yeah.
So the black dude didn't, because the black dude would have thought it was suspicious.
Why was they crying?
Because deep down inside,
it was really the black chick.
Right, but they just couldn't control it.
Right.
So she could.
Right.
Like,
that's why she was smiling.
She was smiling because the grandmom could overpower it. The grandmom overpowered it, but
the features, but the emotions was still kind of
only a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, remember the black dude from ATL.
Yeah.
And the black dude that was running.
Yeah.
They weren't as strong as the girl because they only came out when he flashed. The flash brought them out.
Right.
The woman, how they typically say women emotions are stronger than men emotions. She was able to come out in moments throughout the movie because remember she spilled the drink.
Yeah.
And then the one moment where she was crying, so she was able to. Remember when she was hypnotized and she was in quote unquote they called it the space. What the fuck they call it?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, the outer room. Or
yeah, so like they could see what was going on, but they couldn't control it.
Yeah.
Like they could see everything.
Yeah.
But they can't.
They were just in the back.
They was in the back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like somebody controlling your body, and you see them controlling your body, and you want to stop, but you can't.
Yeah.
So they weren't real like slaves of the house and shit.
Right.
But speaking of like the Oscars and shit, I want to get into that fuck shit they did at the end. But you seen Fences?
Nah.
So I seen. Okay, so this is because back to like that Beyonce shit. So like I think Beyonce could have won a Grammy over Adele. Granted, right. I don't know if she was robbed because I feel like Adele shit was great too. I feel like Beyonce could have definitely won without a doubt. I think Denzel was robbed.
Yeah.
For Best Actor because I seen Manchester by the Sea. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's a movie. It is Casey Affleck, which is Ben Affleck's brother, is in it. And it was I think Manchester by the Sea may have been a better movie than Fences, only because Fences came from a play. It's like this famous playwriter.
Okay.
And it started off as a play and then it became a movie.
Fences didn't seem like it was that big of a movie. It just seemed like it had big parts in it.
It was a deep
like
drama.
Dialogue.
It had dialogue.
Right.
So it was really, I think movies like that, you could tell it was derived from a play because it was all about the dialogue.
Right.
But I think the reason why I think Denzel deserved this Oscar more than ever, even more than Training Day, is because typically when you think Denzel, you think action movies.
Right.
All his movies really has been action movies. Maybe besides even Malcolm X, I'm not saying it was an action movie, but it was like a lot of action in it.
Right.
This movie, he had to be just a 50-year-old broke dude,
right,
with no money. But it's like I feel like he was playing that role so amazingly,
right,
that I think you had to give him the Oscar for Best Actor. Maybe not Best Picture, because maybe the movie wasn't as good as Manchester by the Sea. Because I think Manchester
by the Sea about though?
I mean, it's a lot to summarize because it was a long movie, but it was essentially about a dude who it jumped up around in a movie, but the moral of the story is it was a dude. He was married to a girl. One night, he had his boys over. The girl was like, you know what I mean, I'm trying to sleep. Like, get the fuck out. You know, just a wife would do. You know what I mean? I'm trying to sleep. The kids sleep. Like, get the fuck out. And the dude was drunk. Like, all right, y'all got to leave, man. My girl trying to sleep. And then he realizes, damn, I would need some food or something. He walks to the store, forgets he left the fireplace lit, and the house burns down. The wife stays alive. The kids die. Like little kids, like 9-year-old kids. That didn't happen in the beginning of the movie. The movie didn't really show you that at first. It just shows you the fact that you knew his kids died. You knew his wife wasn't with him. And the movie starts off with this dude. He's real dark and like just like no emotions. And he finds out that his brother died, so that's why it brings him back to the city. And then it starts to show you why he became the person he is. It shows you the moment where the wife kicked the friends out. It shows you how essentially, you know, he went to the store and he didn't put the cage on the fireplace. I don't know if you know, in the fireplace you got to put this little vent over. He didn't put that there, so he blamed himself for the fire. But then also the wife blamed him, and then you know the police brought him in for questioning, and then they didn't arrest him, and he kind of was like, he wanted to be arrested. He like, damn, I killed my. So it was just a story about, you know what I mean. First, it started off his brother died, and that's all you thought, his brother died,
right.
and essentially he has to become the foster parent of his nephew.
Okay.
Right. And him and his nephew have a lot of turmoil in their relationship because the dude, Casey Affleck, is just so much of a dark, sad person. Right. And it really doesn't get into why he's sad until halfway through the movie, where it shows you, you know what I mean, house burning. And so I think the way the movie just had more layers to it than Fences.
I got you.
But I think you can't compare the two because Fences was originally a play.
Right.
It wasn't about action. It was just about dialogue. Like, if you watch Fences, it's set in
19.
one. No. I'm saying like one scene, like one.
Yeah, it's like a.
It takes place in the backyard,
like a sitcom. Yeah,
right. Like, it doesn't move. Like, you don't see. I mean, you see a clip of them riding on a trash truck because they trash men.
Stuff happening. Yeah.
The whole movie takes place in the house and really in the backyard of them. Him talking to his friend, him talking to his wife,
and him talking to his son.
Right. You know what I mean? Sometimes. So it's just a real slow moving dialogue-y movie. So I really, you can't really compare it. But if I want to say which movie was better, I think Manchester by the Sea had more layers to it. I think Denzel did an amazing job of out-acting anybody.
Right.
Because of it showed his range. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like how Viola Davis won for Best Actress. I think if she wins for Best Actress,
he should have won.
He has to win for Best Actor because they played off of each other.
Right.
She couldn't win for Best Actress.
She won on Fences?
She won for Fences.
Okay.
Best Actress.
Okay.
And I feel like
how he didn't win.
I don't, and that's what I want to say though. Do you think, like how they say Beyonce didn't win over Adele, whatever is racist, they want white people to win or whatever? Do you think it's more so that the people who are voting are like, I don't want that nigger to win, or do you think they like Manchester was an all white movie, right. So I seen Manchester by the Sea,
right?
I didn't see Fences,
right?
Because I don't identify
so a lot of people didn't see.
I don't
Fences.
really want to take away from the fact that black people are marginalized and shit like that. I don't want to take that. I'm not, and this is a serious topic, so I don't want to take that away from anything. Black people are marginalized.
As far as acting,
or as far as a lot of things, like how
I'm saying, but
like
as far as
most
acting,
of the people that thought Beyonce should have won over Adele didn't listen to the Adele album,
right?
Just
right,
like a lot of white
right.
people didn't listen to the Beyonce album.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say like we do the same thing, like
right.
like the BET Awards.
So do you think
not gonna white people really not gonna win?
Right.
This is black people.
Right. So do you think? Yeah, I got you. But do you think that the character so who won? Casey
Affleck.
So do you think his character played a better character than Denzel?
No. I think Denzel.
Right. So you think Denzel should have got it?
I think Denzel should have got it. I think the difference between, and I could be wrong. I'm not. I'm just saying. I think the difference between like me and now there are some white people who maybe just said I don't want Denzel to win. I want my white man to win.
Right.
But I think the majority of it was more white people are voting than black people. Just like up until Obama ran for president, more white people was voting than black people.
Right.
So, and I think they're like just how we are. I can ask 10 of my black friends that they see Manchester by the Sea. They ain't had it. I seen it.
Right.
Because me and my girl just watch a lot of movies.
Right,
like if I'm with my girl, we watch movies. I don't go out, spend a lot of money, do shit like that. I mean, we watch movies or whatever. So we watched it, and I was able to see both sides. But I feel like there's a lot of white people who only seen Manchester by the Sea, so they feel like that should have won.
Right.
There's a lot of people that only seen Fences.
Right.
And I don't think it's more that most of them want to just say, "Oh, I hate black people. I don't think Denzel should win."
They probably related more.
They're like, I don't relate to black people. I'm not going to go watch that movie.
Right.
It's an all black cast.
Right.
It ain't no. I don't think there was one white person in the whole movie besides
Right.
maybe some extras. I'm not going to see that movie. Just
Right.
like, did you see La La Land?
Luke Cage, but Luke Cage probably wouldn't have won something just because.
But that was Luke Cage was black, but it still was Marvel. So I got it. Like the person who told me about Luke Cage was a white boy,
dude,
like a real white boy.
Okay.
And I love black people and white people.
So you think Luke Cage would win something over another one like Flash or?
For sure over Flash.
Yeah.
I don't know over Daredevil because Daredevil was really good too.
Right.
So I say that to lead into that. Do you think people are more like nowadays? Do you think it's more racist or more like
culture?
More like like I don't fuck with y'all. And it's not that I don't like y'all. It's just I don't identify. Like I'm not gonna go.
I'm not gonna see Fences. Like
I'm not.
Just like I'm not gonna go see fucking
Manchester by the Sea.
Or I wouldn't go see The Notebook.
Right.
Even though a lot of people say they like it and it's popping, I wouldn't go see it.
Or you didn't listen to the Beck album, that one album of the year,
Nah,
not last year, but the year before that.
Not one song.
See what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna go to the Irish pub, and listen to the Irish music. So it's like most people, even though you diverse, I think you're a diverse person. I think I'm a diverse person, but I'm gonna do most of the things that I identify with. But I'm gonna also step outside the box.
So he probably lost because of a majority.
He lost because I don't think us.
Right.
And I'm not saying me and you because we're not in the Oscar Academy and I don't know how the voting works, but if it works anything like the Grammy Academy is, I don't think we do enough of standing behind. Like, okay, I don't know if you remember the dude, what's the man name? Nate Parker.
Yeah. My man who made the movie. The Rebel movie, the Rebellious movie.
Yeah. I feel like we wrong for not saying the name of the movie, but
I'll think of it. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Nat Turner
movie. But I feel like, okay, so remember he had his rape allegations and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I'm not saying rape is bad, right? But he was found guilty.
Right.
There was equal amount of black people tearing him down than it was white people tearing him down.
I'm not gonna go see this because he raped women and all this other stuff.
Casey Affleck also had a rape case.
But I ain't hear none of that.
Nothing about
nothing. Not one
and I'm
thing.
not, and of course there's white power behind it. I'm not taking that away from anything. This is not a all lives matter speech. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when it talks about awards, I'm talking strictly awards. I'm not talking society. I'm all Black Lives Matter, my nigga. Like, I'm all like, we need to stop people from marginalizing, killing our people and doing shit like that. But I'm talking about just from the awards perspective.
Right.
I don't think enough people are going to stand in behind.
Right. No,
Beyonce
I don't
voting.
think they care.
They're like, I think they're like, she should win. I feel she should
but
win.
They not.
But I'm not going to vote.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they know they can vote, bro, because shout out to the Breakfast Club. They've been saying that shit for years. If you want to win, vote. Like, we have the power to vote. Like, Alan and Zach, they in the Grammy Academy. They can vote. I don't know if they do vote. I think they do vote. I'm sure they still vote.
Right.
But I'm saying there's a lot of people in the Grammy Academy that aren't
voting.
That aren't voting, because there's a lot of people in the Grammy Academy that aren't Jay-Z and Beyonce. There's other people, like regular people in the Grammy Academy.
Right, but I'm pretty sure there's more white people.
There's definitely more white people.
Right.
For sure.
So you gotta be in a movie like 12 Years a Slave. You gotta be in a movie that they care about. You know what I'm saying? Fences is something that they don't care about.
Right.
That's just another day in the black community for Fences.
That was too black.
We can relate to that. Yeah, it's just like it's just like
it wasn't even like a training day where it's like black, but it's like white people can relate. It was
right.
It
was like a black trash man coming home to his regular black family and having regular black problems. It wasn't like a black boxer who's trying to make it into a white, all white boxing academy. Right.
So it only could identify with black people.
With us.
So the numbers played the factor.
On the Source Awards, that John
we got it.
That John would have won.
So do we need to do a better job of caring about the BET Awards more than the Grammy Awards?
I think we need to do a better. Yeah, we do.
We need to uplift the BET Awards.
We need to uplift the BET Awards, and we need to come up with more movies like Get Out, because that's all people really care about. Is what's really could happen.
But okay, so I don't want to take away from how amazing Get Out is. Amazing to Get Out, amazing movie. But are you saying that because we're black, we only have to make movies that identify with white people too? Because white people ain't thinking about that when they make Manchester by the Sea. I don't think it was one black person in it. They ain't give a fuck about no black people in there.
You're right, but we do have movies like that. They just make it to Netflix.
So do we need to do a better job of creating our own platform? We have the money, we have the star power to do so. Because who performing at the Grammys?
I mean, we do,
Jay-Z,
but then we
Beyonce?
don't. We do, but then we don't, because we don't have the millions. Because even like with my man that made the Nat Turner movie, he was coming out of his pocket,
right?
But he didn't have the backing that.
But he had black people's backing.
He did, but he still had people saying stuff like, "This movie ain't going to do. This movie ain't going to help."
Had it not been a rape shit, I think he would have raised the money.
You think so?
I think
even for the fact that it was a rebellious against white people movie, you think he still was going to get backing?
If he doesn't, it stands behind my point where I said black people need to support black shit.
He could. He's like the.
He shouldn't have to go to nobody.
He's like the pioneer. Like, he's not going to get as much love, but he's going to get the.
He gonna break through.
We support. We recognize him for breaking through. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude who first played hockey.
Right.
He don't get the most recognition, but we still thank him for trying.
So, but what I'm saying is, you know how we created the BET Awards?
Right.
The BET Awards, of course the Grammys been around longer, right? So of course it's gonna have some catching up to do.
Right.
But we can make the BET Awards into a Grammy, because obviously
we make fun of the BET Awards. We don't even.
You know why? Because the biggest artists don't come and perform no more.
They don't.
Back in the day they did, and the BET Awards had a potential of being like BET in general.
It did.
But I feel like, and once again, we talked about this on a podcast before, and it could be because, like, coming up in our culture, black people were so used to not being included in anything,
right?
That once we desegregated and we started to try to nip down racism, that now black people want to be a part of what has already taken place.
Right.
That we want to be a part of the Grammys instead of saying let's make our Grammys, because if we make our Grammys, they're gonna come to us. Think about it. We make trap music, and now you got a lot of white artists, and I'm not making. Will in there, bro. You got a lot of white artists that want to make trap music. So it's like, I think if we do a better job of creating an amazing platform for ourselves that we'll see a lot more respect in the platforms that we now want to be a part of. If you get Jay-Z performing at the Grammys, you get Drake performing at the Grammys. You know, when Beyonce performed with Kendrick at the Grammys, that shit was like a moment. That was a moment. You know what I mean? If you get, you know, Beyonce and Kendrick to do that Grammy performance at the BET Awards, if you get Kanye you know,
but who performs at the do we perform there?
Where, at the Grammys?
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. Beyonce, you see her perform at the Grammys just now with the chairs leaning back. You see what I'm saying? Remember when last year Beyonce performed with Kendrick when he was splashing the water up and shit? Kendrick did that amazing performance with Imagine Dragons when he did the Mad City. Yeah. That shit, man, down. When you run, you know what I mean? That shit. So it's like we do perform. So the Grammys is getting big off of the fact that Beyonce performing. Not only is Beyonce performing, but she's in the front row. So when the camera pans,
I didn't really watch the Grammys, but now I probably care a little bit more that we're involved.
But a lot of people watch it. Like we bring a lot of our fan base to the Grammys because you got Beyonce performing. You got you know, I don't think Drake ever performed there, but Rihanna performed there.
So are you saying that we should probably have more white people on BET
Awards? No, we should care more about BET Awards.
But what if we do?
Awards, if we do, it would be just as big as the Grammys, and they would want to. And then the Grammys.
But maybe it's not though, because maybe our shit don't be as extravagant.
Because
like,
we're not doing it. Because listen, guess what? When Big Sean goes to the Grammys, he wearing a suit. When Big Sean go to BET Awards, he wearing a t-shirt with chains, bro.
Right.
It's us. If we want to empower that shit, we have to empower hip hop.
Right.
We can do the same thing with the BET Awards. We empower hip hop to be the biggest genre of music out.
Right.
It's bigger than pop. It's bigger than jazz. It's bigger than rock. It's bigger than metal. It's bigger than country. Country is probably the biggest white genre of music.
Pop.
Rap is pop. Rap is the biggest rapper is bigger than the biggest pop star, bro.
Right.
It just is what it is. I mean, I guess Adele, but Adele doing R&B music. You see what I'm saying? So it's like black culture is culture.
Right.
So if we take that same blueprint and apply it to the BET Awards, wear a suit. Be fancy, or you don't even gotta wear a suit. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how you dress. Show up, give an amazing performance. But the top black artist not coming to the BET Awards, bro.
Do you think it's because white people still counting? Black people still counting their pennies? Because there's white people who could just throw away money and throw these award shows just for the fuck of it. And then there's black people who just came into their money,
right?
And they
what does that have to do with showing up to the BET Awards?
Yeah, you're right. But I'm saying as far as like it being that extravagant, like you said, Big Sean might wear a suit, but the extravagancy might be a little bit more.
So he don't got the money to buy a suit, 2 suits a year.
No, I'm saying like maybe the Grammy, the environment is more suity. Maybe the BET Awards is more low budget to the point where
not because they don't make it that, bro. We got Jay-Z who's almost a billionaire.
Right,
Beyonce,
but maybe he's not putting his money up.
That's the problem.
The Grammys probably got people putting money up that we
can't make that as an excuse though. If we can't hate the Grammys.
You're right. It's up to us to build it.
But then want to suck on their tit.
You're right. It's up to us to build it.
We got enough capital.
Right.
And I'm take away from the capital piece.
Nah, you're right. We gotta use it the right way.
But let's take away from the capital piece. Let's take away from the suits. We don't gotta wear suits if we don't want to. Show up.
Right.
Give an amazing performance.
Right.
Promote that
Don't
shit.
Even show up.
Promote the fact that you're nominated
Jay-Z,
for the BET
Kanye,
Awards.
Beyonce, Kendrick, they don't go to the BET Awards.
Maybe once every 3 years.
Nah, they don't. I haven't seen the last time. They always say
I remember when the Throne was nominated. Then they
Kanye and Jay-Z didn't. Did they?
Yeah.
Because I remember
when Jay-Z was like, "I'm gonna let you finish."
I remember the last couple. Well,
I don't know.
Maybe that's the last time because they might have been.
But that was the Grammy.
They might have been
promoting.
They might have been promoting the album.
That's
but
the only
any
time
other
they show
time
up.
is Kanye won, but we're gonna take this on
you
behalf.
Never hear that shit for the Grammys.
Nah.
You never hear, Chance the Rapper won a Grammy, but he's not here to. I mean, I guess Drake don't give a fuck because he the man. He's like, I don't.
He
I
did
fuck
it for
with,
the Grammy.
I fuck with Drake because Drake don't show up to
He
shit.
did it for the Grammy. He could though.
He don't show up. He show up to the Canada shit.
Right.
And I salute that.
But I'm saying
we gotta applaud Drake, dog. Take his blueprint. Drake say, I don't give a fuck about y'all American niggas. Y'all can give me a Grammy all you want, my nigga. I ain't showing up. I'm showing up to the people that love me, Canada.
Outside artists are winning anyway. It's like if Party Next Door really wanted to take over, he could.
But listen, that's why I applaud the international people, because they got the Brit Awards over in London and shit. They show up for they shit.
Right.
The biggest London artists,
right?
They showing up for them Brit Awards. Just the way they do
too
that.
Spoiled
the way
here,
Drake
man.
show up for that. What the fuck is the word over there in Canada? It's like the Canadian Grammys. I forget what that shit is called.
Either way, we too spoiled over here, man. We get a little bit of money. We think we better than everybody.
We think we better than the BET Awards.
Right.
But then complain when you don't get a motherfucking Grammy.
Award.
Show up to the BET. You can make the BET Awards a Grammy if rap is the biggest, hip hop is the biggest genre in the world.
The only reason
you
people
can make
watch
the
the
BET
Grammys is because everybody knows
because
about
Beyonce
the Grammys.
there.
Right. So
boycott that.
So you're right. We could make our own Grammys.
We can, bro.
But every black artist has to show up.
Soul Train Awards was almost there. There was
Right.
there was a point in time in history where the Soul Train Awards was the shit, bro.
Right.
You got to show up. If you empower that, we have enough star power now. Some of the biggest artists, not only now but of all time, are black, bro.
Right.
Beyonce, if we get Beyonce there, Drake there, Jay-Z there, Kanye West there, Rihanna there, J. Cole there, Kendrick
Everybody's
there,
watching.
Yachty there.
Everybody's watching.
Uzi.
Everybody's tuning in.
Everybody's tuning in.
Even white people are tuning in.
They're tuning in because they love it, bro.
Right.
White people love Beyonce. White people love Jay-Z.
They would, for real, they would love to see. They would love that. Even if they put on a big network like ABC.
No, you put it on BET, my nigga.
I'm saying, but they need to put on ABC and shit.
But it takes away from
They
it,
would,
bro.
no, because they put basketball on ABC too.
But you gonna put the BET Awards on?
Why not?
Because it's BET.
So what? They put VH1 on BET. They put MTV
so would you
on
put
BET.
LeBron James on his Cavaliers jersey? I mean, on a Warriors jersey?
No.
BET means it's a station, bro.
It don't matter. Sometimes they play the same movie or award show on all three channels.
They don't put the MTV Awards.
Yes, they do.
No,
yes, they do. On the MTV Awards, yes, they
what?
do.
Wait.
Sometimes they do. On VH1.
After, right? But it airs on MTV.
It don't fucking matter.
But you can put it on. But listen, what you're saying, everything you're saying is contradicting. You're saying let's make a black people shit, but let the white man finance it.
All them.
No,
they all own it anyway. The white man owns BET.
No, bro.
What are you talking about?
No, I don't know.
He does.
Can't prove it.
He does.
Only person I know is Stephen Hill and that black woman. So you can say that, but where's your facts? You might be right.
How you know that nigga own it?
But I can say that he's you can't
Why?
give me a white name.
Why?
Because I know his name.
Okay.
Do you know the white person name?
No.
So
but
you can't say
But
it.
I know like 3 motherfuckers on every channel on TV.
Okay, but you can't. You might be right, but if you're not gonna give me the facts, I can't believe that shit. Just like I can't believe Will Chamberlain scored 100 if I don't see the motherfucking video. So you can say a white person own it, but I'm saying is if we want to empower ourselves, you can't say let's empower the BET Awards, but call it the ABC Awards.
Okay.
It's not okay. You can put the Soul Train Awards on BET because Soul Train isn't a network. You can't say, okay, I'm gonna take the BET Black Entertainment Television
But the MTV
Network
Awards be on VH1
after it doesn't air on VH1.
So you never seen it when it was on both channels at the same time?
No, and maybe because Viacom owns it both. Viacom is like Time Warner. You know, there's somebody who owns Comcast. So of course you got the umbrella of Viacom, but Viacom has MTV. Viacom has VH1. So it's the same station. I don't know if Viacom owns BET. They might because I think MTV bought BET now. But I'm saying no. I think you keep it BET, bro. You keep it black. And if okay, there might be a white man pulling the strings, but we don't see that. You know what I mean? I don't need to know everything.
Right.
I think when you want to know everything, that's the people that shoot themselves, bro. That's the people that go crazy like Cat Williams because you want to solve every conspiracy. Okay, let's say there was a conspiracy. Then what? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you find out there's a conspiracy and you can't advance? What you gonna do?
Nothing.
So why not empower yourself? Feel good. But by doing these conspiracies and shit. Oh, there's a white man behind everything. Well, then you set yourself up to say I can't advance.
So if it was, then
what?
What if they don't want you to advance and have the great BET Awards?
Then what?
What if they paying them to not come to the BET?
Then what?
I don't know. I'm just throwing shit.
So what's the point of wanting to know that?
I don't.
Why do you want to know that?
I really.
Why would you want to know if you can't control it?
Right.
So I say that to say, maybe there is a white man pulling the strings.
Right.
But right now, that's all we know is the black person.
Right.
Stand behind that. Let's empower BT and let's stand behind what we at least feel is ours. You know what I mean? I don't want to know that a white man owns BT, because then what? You know what I mean? Like, let me believe it's ours, bro. Let that's like saying, oh, I found out that LeBron really it was a robot inside his body controlling him, and he not really that great. It's a robot.
Or Obama didn't really make no moves.
Or no. Or Obama is really white with in blackface.
Right.
Let me believe that Obama is black so I can feel like I can be Obama.
Right. Because I gotta apologize for one aspect of Obama, because he did release my pop from jail.
For sure. No, Obama did a lot.
He did a lot. Because we did say that.
No. I'm not backpedaling on anything I said. What we said is he could have did more drastic shit.
Right. He could have tried
some nigga shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And of course he did great shit for the country. He didn't just release your pop. He released some white people pops too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
True.
I'm not taking away from what Obama did. I was saying it in a joking manner, in a sense that Trump is doing some amazing overt shit for his supporters.
Right.
So Obama did the shit he should have done. He was an amazing president.
Right.
No, I'm saying I'm being selfish.
He's not trying to be great.
You could have been a nigga.
He's not trying to be great.
No, because he was great.
Nah, but he not trying to she not trying to shoot from half court.
He not trying to shoot from half court.
He not trying to show off.
He not pulling up like Steph.
Right.
He's shooting like Ray Allen.
Right.
He's shooting like Ray Allen. Ray Allen great. But Ray Allen ain't pulling up the way he should have been pulling up. Steph pulling. So I'm not going to backpedal what we said. I don't think we took anything away from Obama and how great Obama's presidency was. Obama was a great president. He did great things. I think all we were saying is that, you know, at least towards the end of your presidency, like I don't know if you heard that J. Cole verse when he put on the Fallon show or it was the late night show with one of them dudes with Letterman, and he was saying like black people were waiting for Obama the last week to say, hey, here's your reparations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like just to do some overt crazy shit that might get declined. Like how Trump just was like, if you from this country, you can't come here. Like that's just overtly fucking out of, you know what I mean? So I was saying that from a selfish perspective, you know what I mean? As a joke, but also saying, damn,
it could have,
you could have, you know what I mean? But so that's all I was saying.
I feel you.
So I'm saying, so I'll say that all I'm saying is the BET Awards, I would like it to be big on BET, because now if it's big on ABC, now you got the white man taking credit.
Right.
So we started the conversation by saying, let's
BET
turn
Awards, come on, I'm not really excited. I can't.
But it could be.
It could be,
because there was a day where we was excited.
Yeah, it was.
Back in the day, the BET Awards was
fell
big.
Off, and then it just kind of just like washed up players.
I think we do, and like I said, it could go back to the point where we weren't included on anything. That growing up, once there was desegregation and things, our ancestors wanted
and
to
now,
be
like,
included.
we on the Grammys, we like, man, fuck the BET Awards.
Right, we over here now.
Right.
So now we in a house, we don't give a fuck about the people in the fields anymore.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I think
still trying to make it.
Build our own house.
Right.
Like, let's build our house.
Right.
Let them come and want to work in our house.
Right.
I think if we made a BET Awards, made that shit popping, they gonna start making us win Grammys, so we do show up.
Right.
Not only want to be a part of our shit, but really, right now, the only one is there for ratings.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They want us there so they can
be
even greater.
Yeah. So they had the black people tune in.
Right. And I'm not saying let's take food off they plate, but I'm saying let's stuff ourselves.
Right.
If you want to go to the Grammys, go to the Grammys, but put BET Awards
as a priority. Go to the BET Awards first. Though.
Uplift our
Go there too. Like, you gonna go to the MTV Awards, go to the BET Awards.
I'm saying go to the BET Awards, and if you want to go to the Grammys too, you can go to the Grammys too. Right now, is I'm gonna go to the Grammys, and I may go to the BET Awards too. Like, the BET Awards is second thought. Make the BET Awards the first thought, and maybe the first couple of years it is detrimental a little bit.
Black people put you on first.
So appeal to that.
You gotta give back to the black person.
I feel like this generation has to not be, and we are a good generation of doing that. And not only us, the people that are younger than us, of not being scared to be the first person to go over the hill and take the fucking arrow in the chest.
Right.
Like somebody's got to take the arrow. So maybe the next 2 years, if you only go to the BET Awards, maybe it doesn't make your fan base as diverse a little bit just because you're only catering to the BET Awards. I mean, you're still making music, so your fan base is still going to be diverse.
If you put on a banging performance, people going to talk about it.
Regardless.
Right.
No matter where it's at.
Right.
So I think they're so scared of being like, if I don't go to the Grammys, I'm going to lose my star power.
Right.
Even if you were, let's say theoretically you were, take that hit. Do the shit that Harriet Tubman did when she took the risk of it's of course not at the same level.
Right.
It's not to the same level.
But
as
I'm saying,
Rosa
if you
Parks.
missed the Grammys,
Rosa Parks took a chance.
You'd probably be talked about.
Yeah, but take that chance.
Right.
Take the chance that Rosa Parks
but flip
is
that,
sitting
though.
on a
Be
bus.
like, I ain't go to the Grammys because of this.
No, I want to basically. I want to build my house up first.
Right.
I understand. I love your house. You have an amazing house. It's a beautiful house. I love being a guest there.
Right.
But I want to be an owner of my house.
Right.
I want to own this over here.
Right.
So you can come visit us too.
Right.
And I can come visit you.
Right.
But let me build a mansion too, because I don't want to live in a row home and then come to your mansion once a year.
Right.
I want a mansion too.
And then not even be welcome there, or not win shit, or not.
I'm just there just so I can bring my friends so I can up
and see what's going on here. Oh, this is what it looks like. I'm not even nominated. Like, I'm just.
And then you telling me to perform. I'm not nominated, but I'm performing because now my fans gonna watch your show.
Watch your show. So
I think we need to do a better job of uplifting the BET Awards, and if we did, I just think we wouldn't have the same problems. And we need to create the equivalent of an Oscar. And of course, the name isn't gonna hold this much weight,
right?
But it has to start somewhere.
But it could though.
And the BET Awards by now could have been the shit if we just kept the wave.
Right. But even artists is not showing up. Would they kill it? And that's the problem. Like, we definitely got to show up to the BET Awards. Is a big award, so I don't get how people not showing up. You know what I mean? Like, that's black entertainment television. After that is what? Nothing but MTV. And then the Grammys. So it's like BET Awards is like the top 3 award that you can win as far as like hip hop and R&B and all that. So if you're a black person, you should definitely try to win a BET Award, or at least show up. Like, you shouldn't be ashamed to show up to the BET Awards. I don't feel like you should be ashamed for the fact that we don't really get as much recognition. And it's hard enough, being black and making money as it is. So you get nominated, or people voting you for one of the best artists. I don't care if it's BET, dog. Right. Like, you gotta accept that.
Right.
Like, that's not
no matter
cool.
where it's coming from.
Yeah, it's not cool that you can just be like, oh, that award show isn't, on my level.
I'm too good for that show, even though the people of that culture made me to the point where I can even go to a Grammys.
Right. Exactly. They started my foundation. Now I'm too good to, put on for them.
But all in all, I just think we got to do a better job of uplifting ourselves, creating our own shit. And I think it will, down the line, open up a lot more doors than we think. And we will become the owners and not just the consumers.
Right. We can't leave it in the hands of, the oppressor anyway. So, but yeah, I think we wrapped up a good episode.
All right, so this was episode 5 of the Free Talk Podcast.
Episode 5. Yeah.
We appreciate all y'all that's commenting and engaging in these conversations with us.
Scottie Pippen's still trash.
Scottie Pippen's still a bum, bro. He's always gonna be a bum. I'm sorry. And in my mind, Russell's still a bum. He can have his opinions.
I don't think Russell.
So Russ isn't a bum, but I think we proved on this podcast
that
his numbers.
Russ better than Pippen, though.
Better than Pippen. Way better than Pippen. So, so we appreciate y'all. Keep watching and listening and commenting. We're only gonna get bigger and get better, and we take any input.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, I go by the name of Glorious Sin.
DHPOV.
This is the Free Talk Podcast. We out.